Brace yourselves, Detroit. As the sun begins to set, two of Woodward Sports' brightest young stars will be taking the mic for a brand new show. Woodward Nights with Booner and Broder. The dog days in Detroit are over, and the boys are unleashed. Join in on the banter and hop on the bandwagon of the #1 night show on the internet. Tune in to the Woodward Sports YouTube channel every weeknight from 8 to 10 p.m. Woodward Nights with Booner and Broder.
Welcome, everybody. It is Woodward Nights. My name is Booner. We've got Broder over there. Yes, this is the ski mask season, baby.
Booner is in the blue ski mask?
I'm ready to go. This is our pregame show. This is the Detroit Lions pregame show, Woodward Nights version. Look at what we've got. We've got Parker, not Parker Meadows, in the booth today.
Jalen? Is that Minnie Drummond?
No, that's not Jalen. That's Parker Meadows. The actual Parker Meadows. We've got Nick over there.
Let's go, boys. We are back.
He is back. He was out yesterday.
Detroit Mario.
Friday, fired up.
I'm not going to lie. I feel like I'm about to play football right now with this mask on.
You look ready to go.
I'm ready to hit somebody.
It feels like Sunday in the studio next to Booner. He's so fired up right now for this Sunday game. Actually, everybody in this studio is fired up. We're about to have an electric show. Electric Booner.
Yes. Make sure you guys hit that like button, too. Tell a friend to come tune in. All of you beautiful people. I'm so excited to have a show tonight. This is awesome. You know what I just realized? How blessed we are that we've received this show, and the Detroit Lions are one of the best teams in football right now.
Dude, you're preaching to the choir. We're starting all Detroit sports teams. I know we're focusing so much on the Detroit Lions, but the Pistons, the Red Wings, and the Tigers, we've had a troubling couple of years, but these next few are going to be great, and we're here to share all that news with you.
I did have a prediction, too. We were supposed to do this last week. I don't think we did. It was like one thing, Detroit sports, like one fact that you think will happen in the next 2 years. 3 of the 4 Detroit sports teams will make the playoffs this year.
Oh, I thought you were going to say.
And I'm talking like the Tigers will. I don't count their season now as this year. Yes.
Their next season.
The Detroit Lions, the Detroit Red Wings, and the Detroit Tigers all are going to make that. Think about how the Detroit sports has all turned within a couple years, and then the year after that, all 4 teams will make the playoffs.
I love that.
All 4 teams.
When you first opened up, I thought you were about to say that 3 of the 4, or was it 2 or 3?
3 of the 4.
3 of the 4 were going to win a championship. It's like, man, slow your roll, Booner.
No, playoffs.
Slow.
One at a time. One might win a championship in the next 4 years, though.
I would love that.
We can do that as a topic soon, but one.
Playoffs.
I love all of you guys in the chat. I'm definitely going to have to take this off because this is actually really itchy. This is crazy.
So do you think fans will be able to wear that from the start of the game to the end, or this is more like a turnover ski?
I think it will be like throughout the game, people will take it on and off.
Yeah.
But like if there's a big play, everyone's going to be throwing that thing on for sure.
Without a doubt. Why don't you tell the people? Sorry?
Oh no, go ahead. Yeah.
No, I was gonna lead you into telling the people what we're gonna talk about.
Oh, we've got a packed schedule today, and we do have a surprise for you guys. I'm pumped for this surprise, but let's go over it real quick. We're gonna start off here. Obviously, our hot topics to start. We're gonna talk. Barry Sanders is getting a statue.
He's being immortalized tomorrow.
Yes, we're going to talk about that. We're going to talk right after that. We're going to get right into the Detroit Lions versus the Seattle Seahawks preview. Get right into it. We have the beat writer here, so we have all of the news for that. We're going to keep going into that in 8:30, talk a little bit about the defense or the weapons in the Seattle defense. At 8:45.
Uh-oh.
I went out and I tried to find a couple of guests this morning. May or may not have gotten stood up, but we've got Hollywood coming in at 8:45 from the Morning Woodward Show. Jeff Brady will be tuning in at 8:45 to talk Detroit Lions, give his predictions, settle a couple beefs. I'll throw the mask on for that interview for sure. 9 o'clock, we're going to go around the NFL. We're going to give our picks around the NFL. I know a lot of the other shows do that, but we're definitely going to do that. Keep track of records in here. 9:15, college football, just a little bit. We know it's Detroit Lions, little college football. 9:30, we're going to give our predictions for the Lions game on Sunday. 9:40, boys.
This you got to be excited about this.
If anyone didn't know, we're doing Booner Bets is now going to be Friday nights on Woodward Nights. We're doing that 9:40. I have about 5 bets for you between college football and the NFL, all locks. Remember, I do not lose. So we're going to go over Booner Bets. There's going to be no show Saturday, Sunday. I'll be on the pregame shows on Sunday now for bets and everything.
Love to hear that.
That's a new thing that we've kind of worked around here. And then 9:50, we're going to get into some mailbags. That's going to be a pack. We've got a packed show.
Let's have a good Friday night, whether you're having a drink, whether you're smoking a little something, whatever you're doing tonight. Maybe you're out with your friends or you're pre-gaming or just at home with a loved one having a night in. Let's have some fun tonight. Let's talk sports. I got to shout out George Eagle in the chat. We've got, who else we got in here? Logan Stutzman. These are some OGs.
Ryan said it's his first time he's able to tune in live.
No
Appreciate
way.
you.
Ryan, we appreciate you, man. Daniel Berry Sports Highlights, Joshua Dunseth, Nicholas Earl. We got so many great people in here. Let's get started.
God is in here.
Who we got?
God.
Dude, do you think it's Morgan Freeman?
God's in the chat. That's awesome.
Oh, man.
Man, that is beautiful.
Did you lose some money on the Vikings last night? Or
Let me tell you. What did I tell you? If you guys watch Woodward Nights, this is why you have to watch the show. If you weren't watching last night, I give out picks on these primetime games. I give the picks out. Vikings plus 6.5, easy winner. It was easy, even though we had a fight at the end for a TJ Hawkinson touchdown. Winner. I don't lose, don't forget. And all of you guys laughed at me for that, too. Everyone in this room laughed at me for taking the Vikings.
Hey, so it's best case scenario. The Vikings covered, but they also lost.
Yes.
So the Lions get an extra step up in the NFC North standings, and you got to make some money. And anyone who followed Booner's bets got to make some money.
This is the only issue about the...
You can't drink with that on, can you?
You can't at all.
Did you happen to see DeAndre Swift, former Detroit Lion, go off last night?
You know what? And you guys probably all had the same issue with it. Is all of the people today like, oh, Detroit messed up by getting rid of him. DeAndre Swift's he's going to have such a big year. First of all, I said before they even traded him that DeAndre Swift was going to have a big year, contract year. You saw Josh Jacobs last year with contract year. If you stay healthy, he's going to have a big year. But that's the key word.
If he stays healthy.
Hometown hero.
He won't.
Exactly. John Johnson in the chat said he never saw Swift run that hard any of the time he was in Detroit. He had some good games, but yeah, we didn't get to see him on the field enough. I'm a DeAndre Swift fan. I'm a supporter. He's a good human. I'm hoping he turns this around. I hope he has more games like this because I did make a little investment in some of his rookie cards. So I'm hoping he turns it around just enough to
get your money back.
Yeah, get my money back, but not enough to maybe beat the Lions late in the playoffs where we expect to see the Eagles.
I think this right here is gonna snap. I think I just have a big head because it is hanging on by a thread.
It's hilarious talking to you with this on.
I'm gonna have to take it off at the end of this segment.
I know we're split screen on this on the feed, but Booner and I are about 6 feet from each other, so I'm looking over. I literally feel like I'm gonna get robbed. I have no idea what it's gonna be like down at Ford Field this.
You look goofy in that thing, bro.
Hey,
I like it.
We're ready to go. The stream on Sunday. We have the streams on Sundays. We're all rocking these.
I can't take
That's
you
the ticket in.
seriously.
If you want to be at the stream, you have to have a little mask.
But if you want to learn about all the inside information about the Lions before the game,
Yes.
there will be a preview. Booner, you want to tell them about it?
Yes, let me
Good
tell you for
segue.
all of the inside scoop on your Detroit Lions, the Woodward in Maine show featuring Gabrielle D. Phillips, our own Matt Broder, and Detroit legend Terry Foster. Episodes 2 times a week, Sundays 8 to 9 a.m., Tuesdays 7 to 8 a.m. Make sure you tune in for all of the scoop, anything with the players, everything you need to know Detroit Lions. Make sure you tune in on the Woodward Sports YouTube channel.
Let's go. Booner, to stay on more of a national stage right now, you were telling me about Aaron Rodgers. He went on the Pat McAfee show today?
He did.
What did he tell PMS?
I don't know if anyone kind of tuned into that. It was interesting. There was a couple things that were interesting. One, it sounded like it was confirmed Aaron Rodgers will not. He will be playing football next year. Which I know a lot of us hated Aaron Rodgers, but that was a situation with the Jets that I personally wanted to see him play with the Jets in the AFC. I wouldn't have minded that at all. I would have loved to have him been able to go out there and do that. But 2, he did mention he's been talking with a bunch of athletes and people who have done their Achilles. He said, hey, don't count it out me coming back in the playoffs.
Really?
He didn't say that word for word, but they asked him a question, and he goes,
No way.
He said, what does Kevin Garnett always say? Anything's possible.
Except for that.
That's what he said.
There's no
He said, to
You know
quote
what?
Kevin Garnett,
Let me hit that.
anything is possible.
September, October, November, December, January, February. 5 months for an Achilles
No
surgery to come
way.
back and be a starting quarterback in the
I don't
NFL.
agree with
Akers
it
did
either.
it.
I don't agree. You asked me what he said on the show.
True.
Listen, I can take I'm just the middle guy here.
He was mid ayahuasca. He was in the darkness, in the deep darkness. There's no way. There is a 0%
Broder.
chance Aaron Rodgers plays again this season.
I mean, Cam Akers made it back before 5 months and made it into the playoffs.
Achilles?
An Achilles?
Achilles.
Yes.
Fully torn.
And
Yes.
What we're leaving out here is it is Aaron Rodgers, ayahuasca, darkness retreats, I don't know, weed, I
Alex
don't know,
Jones.
anything, tea, reading
Joe
books.
Rogan.
He reads books. I don't know, all that stuff. All that might help him get back in it. Because this is an 8 to 12 month recovery typically.
Yeah, it's about a year
So
recovery.
if you could knock, I don't know.
So
he got a surgery literally that next morning. So
I'm not buying it.
He was probably stoned as hell when he said it.
Guaranteed. Guaranteed. But there is an amazing football game going on downtown right now. I think it's still going on between Detroit Cass Tech and Detroit King.
oh, let's go.
Which got me thinking, CJ Gardner-Johnson and Jerry Jacobs are down there right now. But Booner actually shared with me earlier today a graphic that showed starting, I believe it was starting NFL players
I think it was just
from
NFL
Detroit. Just NFL players from Detroit that
Yeah.
started this season. Detroit has the most starters from Detroit.
I think it's the
Do you have
most
that graphic to put up, Parker?
yeah, let me put it up for you in a
Awesome,
second.
awesome. So it's basically showing the talent that keeps coming out of Detroit and is
It is
making it
awesome.
not just to Division I college football or Division II, Division III, but to the NFL. I thought it was a pretty awesome thing to share, especially with this game going on, especially with all the hype going on downtown, especially with Barry Sanders getting his jersey, not his jersey, excuse me. He's already had his jersey retired, his statue unveiled tomorrow night.
I think it might be active players on a roster. The city of Detroit has the most out of any city on an active roster in the NFL, like players.
Right.
That's what
Here
it
it is.
sounds like. Which that's.
here we
that
go.
is. Look at that. Detroit NFL players. Detroit high schools produce more Week 1 NFL players this year than any other city in America. Detroit, Michigan, 19. Next, Bradenton, Florida, 17. Houston, Texas, 16. Las Vegas,
Amazing.
15. Look at that. That is unbelievable.
Just the fact you see, other than there's a Cincinnati, Ohio in there, and Indianapolis,
Yeah.
it's all Southern. It's all Southern schools, or Southern states, Western states. It's pretty cool to see that Detroit's on that list.
It is. I mean, I guess if you went by state, obviously Florida probably just look at that. Florida has a ton. Like you said, the South. But Detroit having 19 players is incredible. That just shows the talent in the city around here. It shows and that's not even we just had talent. Like Detroit just had talent for a couple years. No, that's 19 players. They're all probably different. From 20 to 30 something.
Yeah.
So you're sitting there and you're looking at it and you're like, Detroit's consistently putting out NFL talent.
Yes.
So if you go to these high school games on Fridays, that's where I think Jalen is tonight. He's at that Cass Tech King game.
I'm going to put you on the spot real quick. Can you name, how many of them can you name?
The players,
If any. And I'm not expecting you to even.
only one I'm gonna name Sauce Garner.
Sauce.
I went to college with his brother. Shout out.
There we go.
Alante.
Jordan Lewis.
Oh, that's right. That's right. Did Mark Ingram, he's still active in the NFL, right?
Mark Ingram?
Mark Ingram.
But
don't think
he's
so.
He's from Flint,
Yeah,
so it doesn't
Flint
count as
Southwestern,
Detroit.
I'm pretty sure.
Man, that makes it even better. That Detroit 19 to 17. Love to hear it. Love
That's
to hear
great.
it. So we kind of teased it before. There is a big moment happening downtown to one of the NFL's greatest players of all time. Easily, to me, one of the NFL's all-time leading running backs. This, you see, is a screenshot of an article that I wrote today. It's up on woodwardsports.com. You can go check it out and all the other material that I put out there as the Detroit Lions beat writer for the network. But this is not about me. This is about Barry Sanders. He is one of the NFL's all-time leading running backs, and the Detroit Lions are honoring him. They're immortalizing him with a bronze statue, 8 foot tall, outside of Ford Field. Tomorrow, it's a private event open to the media, family, friends of Barry's.
You will be there?
I will be there. I will be there with Terry Foster.
Can I
the
ask you a
legendary Terry?
question?
Please.
Where is the statue going to be at around Ford? Because I work literally, my other job is right around Ford Field. I was going to go on one of my lunches to go walk around and kind of see
Yeah.
it, but I just didn't know where it was at, so I didn't go look.
I'm 99% sure it's outside of Gate B. Wherever that is.
Is that the one with the?
I wish I
that has to be the main entrance where they have
Probably.
The banner.
The banner and everything.
Yeah, with all the players.
Has to
Just
be.
kitty corner of Comerica.
There has to be. I'm excited. I want to see what it looks like. I'm excited to see you. You're there. What time is that at in the morning?
It's going to be at 5:30 p.m.
Oh, p.m. Okay.
Yeah, so I'm sure
I've got a
Terry and
wedding
I
then.
will write something up. We'll get some pictures for you all. We'll come back and report on Monday. But everyone, all of you who are down there in your blue ski mask on Sunday, will definitely see this. Maybe if we have time at the end of the show, I didn't tell Booner I did this, but I pulled some of the worst statues of all time from different athletes around the world, around sports. If we have time, maybe we'll show them later. But I have a good feeling they're going to do Barry proud. 8-foot tall statue. I think I wrote he's 5'8".
I thought
it's going to be fun.
I thought you just did a pun. Very proud. Like very
Oh,
proud.
that would be something I would say, wouldn't it?
It would. I'm over here learning. I'm learning. We're a week in. I'm starting to get
You're catching on
catching on to you over there.
Well, we're going to jump right into some Lions Seahawks. Like Booner said, the 8:15, 8:30 hour, we're going to start previewing this game. But first, Nick in the sound booth has got to tell you about Academy of Warren.
At Academy of Warren, they have a brand new state-of-the-art Sports Dome field house that has a regulation basketball court, volleyball court, and soccer field, and also can be used for 7-on-7 football. With grades K through 8 that features AM and PM latchkey, small classroom sizes, Learning Street, futuristic media center, free breakfast and lunch, Houghton Mifflin curriculum, academic games, and K through 8 athletics. They are now accepting new enrollment. Go to academyofwarren.net.
Woodward Sports' own Tom Mazaway and Sam Stick Day will be hosting our Lions postgame show after every Lions game all season long. Tune into the Woodward Sports YouTube channel for his hot-off-the-press takes, game analysis, and Kool-Aid sipping celebrations. You won't want to miss it. Join Maz, Stick, and special guests each week immediately following every Lions game, exclusively on the WSN YouTube channel.
It's the Randy Wise Celebrity Golf Tour.
You're a good coach, Tim. Oh, great shot.
Some of the biggest names in Michigan sports, and some, well, not so much.
Oh, yeah, baby. Oh, yeah, baby.
Watch episodes at woodwardsports.com.
Brace yourselves, Detroit. As the sun begins to set, two of Woodward Sports' brightest young stars will be taking the mic for a brand new show. Woodward Nights with Booner and Broder. The dog days in Detroit are over, and the boys are unleashed. Join in on the banter and hop on the bandwagon of the #1 night show on the internet. Tune into the Woodward Sports YouTube channel every weeknight from 8 to 10 p.m. Woodward Nights with Booner and Broder.
Calling all landscapers. How would you like to landscape like a legend? Register for your chance for 4-time Stanley Cup winner Darren McCarty to work your crew for a day. That is right, Darren McCarty on your zero-turn weed whipping and edging for your favorite clients. Sign up today at OutdoorEquipCo.com. That is OutdoorEquipCo.com. All right, welcome back to Woodward Nights. I just got to the studio. Some dude named Reggie was sitting in my seat.
Who? What?
Yeah, with the blue ski mask. It was crazy. I had to.
Reggie from the Nutty Professor or Reggie from Milwaukee?
From Milwaukee.
Packers fan.
I killed him. He's in the back.
Our famous prank caller from last night.
He was
or
wearing
2
a blue
nights
ski
ago.
mask trying to mess with Lions fans, so I killed him and threw him in the back.
Clowns. Before you shout out the chat, I do have to say, because Coach Walk reminded me, I don't know, I was talking all this about Barry Sanders. He's also got a documentary coming out that was just announced.
I literally just posted on Woodward Sports.
I know, Bye Bye Barry with Amazon. It's going to be awesome. And they tease him actually giving his 100% honest reason for retiring. It's going to be a good one. I can't wait to read more about it. But Booner, sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off in your intro here.
That's huge. I just posted that on Woodward Sports, so make sure you guys go check that out, that trailer. Make sure you guys, here we got 120 people in here. Make sure you hit that like button for us. Make sure you tell a friend, share everything here. Tell people to start tuning into Woodward Nights because we're just getting started. We're just going to keep getting better, and better. Now, we're getting into it, Broder. The Detroit Lions versus the Seattle Seahawks. Look at that right there. 2023, both of them. Look at that. 1-0. Second, they should be first in the NFC North. That graphic should say first, in my opinion.
They're first in our hearts.
Yeah, they are. But the Seattle Seahawks 0-1, tough start to the season, losing to the Rams. But we're going to preview this game a little bit. We're going to get into it, talk about Pete Carroll, talk about some matchups. The Seahawks, they've played 17 times. Seahawks leads the series 12-5. Lost, obviously, we all know that 2016 wild card game where we lost to the Seahawks. Last season, lost to the Seahawks 48-45. Broder,
Dude.
it's going to be. I think things are going to change here with Pete Carroll coming in. I know Pete Carroll's had the Detroit Lions number. Doesn't matter to me. I don't care.
This is a new Detroit Lions.
Completely new team. I've said it 100 times this week. The Detroit Lions are going to make the Seahawks 0-2. And what's that percentage in everyone? 9% chance to make the playoffs after you go 0-2.
That's wild.
They're going to take a team out of the playoffs in the NFC in week 2.
The team that
Took them out last year.
Yeah, took them out of the playoffs last year. That's amazing. They're going to be a little shorthanded on Sunday too. We knew that Abraham Lucas, their starting right tackle, was going to be out in the game against the Lions on Sunday, but a few more injuries were announced today. They'll officially be out. Jamal Adams, safety, who is coming back from a knee injury, he's out. Left tackle Charles Cross is officially out, battling turf toe. Defensive end Mike Morris, former University of Michigan defensive end Mike Morris, he'll be out for Sunday's game too. But on the Detroit side, we got hit with some tough news today.
We did.
Josh Paschal being out is a surprise. Also, Taylor Decker. Dan Campbell was in his press conference today was talking about Taylor Decker. It's not looking as likely as we thought that he was going to recover from his ankle injury that we saw. I believe it was Jared Goff rolled over his ankle in the Chiefs game early in Thursday's game against the Chiefs. So Taylor Decker will likely be out. Khalil Dorsey, our star special teams player on Thursday, not Sunday, Thursday, he's going to be out. Emmanuel Mosley officially out.
What is Khalil Dorsey? Illness.
It's an illness.
He's
I don't
been
know what.
Sick all week.
I don't know what the illness is, but
that's weird.
He's going to be out. He's one of our top kick coverage players last week, and our starting kick returner. So there's going to be a little bit of a battle of teams missing some of their pieces. Just off the cusp, Booner, are there any? Which team is maybe losing the most significant piece or pieces? Which would you be worried about if you were Pete Carroll or Dan Campbell?
I think it's obvious to say that the Seattle Seahawks have probably the biggest pieces out, which benefits the Detroit Lions a ton, especially like Jamal Adams not playing. That's one of the biggest ones. The offensive lineman, the tackles out.
Tyler Lockett.
Is Lockett out?
I'm pretty sure he's like hurt with something.
He's in the concussion protocol.
Yeah,
but he wasn't on the report.
Okay.
Midweek, it was looking like he was likely going to be back. He was in concussion protocol,
So
but I think that's always up in the air. In
They
today's
do
NFL.
have even outside of guys being out, they have guys that are beat up. JSN coming off that injury as well. Devon Witherspoon coming off an injury, and he hasn't even played a game yet, and he hasn't even been at camp until a couple days ago.
Doesn't matter if you have one ass cheek and 3 toes. I will beat your ass.
What he just said, Dan Campbell just said, we don't care who's on the field. We don't care. We're still going to try. They're going to go win that game. But the more interesting one to me on there is obviously the Taylor Decker one.
Yeah.
Him being out. We did say yesterday that we do feel like that no matter what, he probably wouldn't play. Like it just had that feeling leading up to it. Not Khalil Dorsey, Josh Paschal. Were you at Allen Park today?
I wasn't down there today.
Okay. Did
But
you
he
hear
hasn't been
anything on what was going? Like,
no, they haven't revealed like what is wrong.
That's the
There's
interesting
speculation
one
of
to
a
me.
hernia. Like it was, he might be out for some time, but not a season-ending injury. It's a little speculation we got to take into this. I hope, and I know some of the shows earlier in the day were talking. They referenced Brad Holmes, and we had the medical conversation a couple nights ago. When you draft players out of college, the chances of them being injured in the NFL are likely higher. So we hope this isn't something that's a chronic injury or something reoccurring. And
it does worry me.
Yeah.
The fact that no one knows what it is, they're not saying anything.
True.
And they're just like, hey, and Dan Campbell even said today he might be out long term.
Yeah.
And it was the same. I don't know if you guys heard it, the press conference with Taylor Decker when he asked them the questions, and someone said, "Is it a long-term thing?" And he said, "It potentially could be."
Yeah, that's a surprise to me. Taylor Decker's played through injuries before, and I mean, ankle injuries, especially for an offensive player, tackle, is important. But I don't know. He's a tough guy. If he's out, there's definitely a serious injury. It's definitely serious enough for him to be out. He's one who would play through it, like his teammates Frank Ragnow and the other guys.
He's done it before.
He has.
And the only reason Dan Campbell said it might be like a little longer is just because it's like a lingering injury that makes me think like it's a bad rolled ankle or whatever it was. And if you play on it, it's just going to make it worse and worse and worse. So give it time.
Maybe the Lions are finally in the situation where they're confident enough that near the end of the season, they know they're going to be in the mix. They're going to be competing for whether it's the NFC North or the NFC title. So they don't want to take the chances earlier in the season, even if it means sacrificing some of that firepower. But fortunately, the Lions have a pretty deep offensive line, at least the first 6-7 players. There's speculation of who's gonna start at left tackle. Are they going to move Penei Sewell over to the left side? Are they going to move Vaitai from right guard to right tackle and bring Glasgow off of the bench? Or are they just going to start Matt Nelson at left tackle? We'll see.
I'm starting to get to the point to where Matt Nelson's going to start.
I think so.
And I do think it was worrisome. We said it yesterday that, like, he was part of that depth on the preseason where we were all like, oh, this offensive line's bad. He has started a game for the Lions. He started 11 games 2 years ago for the Detroit Lions. He played in, 10 games last year for them. Yeah. So, like, he's played, like, he has that experience. It's a downgrade, yes, but with that offensive line you already have 4 guys on that outside of Taylor Decker who are dogs.
Possibly all pro consideration type guys, maybe second, third team for some of them, but you're so right. With this, though, and also Denver Blair, I'm Ron Burgundy? ? With that, what are some matchups that you're looking for? We talked briefly yesterday, but is there anything that's standing out to you? You want to see the Seattle this go against the Detroit this? Where's your head go to first in this matchup?
So the main one here for me, I feel like this is an obvious one, and if it's not, but I'm going to bring this to light.
No, dude.
Is our defensive line like that linebacker, that front 7 there, up against the running game.
Kenneth Walker, K9, and Zach Charbonnet.
Because last year, I had some stats here. I got in my flannel bag. I love saying that. I love getting in the flannel bag. Oh, let me put the bag on. Last year, Rashad Penny, 17 carries, 151 yards, 9 yards per carry. Geno Smith, 7 carries, 49 yards, 7 yards per carry. That cannot happen if you want to win. And Aaron Glenn came out today, which I don't think we the other day he said. It was
yesterday.
Yeah, and then that thing where he was like, it's in the back of my head for sure.
Yeah.
He remembers all of that. This linebacking core, they remember that. I promise you they did not forget that. The defensive line, they didn't forget that. And I want to give one more stat. One more stat. Let me get my stat bag.
Give me the stats.
Last year, the Detroit Lions, rushing, what they gave up. They held the Giants to 89 rushing yards, Green Bay to 100, Jacksonville 95, the Jets to 50, and the Minnesota Vikings and Dalvin Cook to 22 rushing yards. This is all in the second half of the season. This is that new Lions that went 8-2. And yes, we could sit here and be like, yeah, what about Chicago with Justin Fields? What about Carolina with Dante Foreman and them? Yes, I get that. This is all new, and Aaron Glenn knows that, and that's why Aaron Glenn, he has 4 elite linebackers, and now he has depth at the defensive line. They stop the run Sunday, they win this game by 2 touchdowns.
Let's go.
You stop the run, you win this game by a lot. That's the Booner guarantee there.
That's how we lost last time. We didn't stop the run.
That is the formula to winning.
That's a formula I like to hear.
Brought to you by Booner.
I got to take one right out of the page of the Los Angeles, though. Thank you for that $2 donation. We really appreciate it. He says, or she says, we will have St. Brown this time. I'm going to go towards the Lions wide receiver and tight end group, excuse me, everybody, versus the Seattle Seahawks secondary. And I guess you could throw in their linebacker crew like Bobby Wagner covering maybe Sam Laporta, James Mitchell, Brock Wright out of that tight end group. But these wide receivers, we saw Josh Reynolds step up in the Kansas City Chiefs game. We saw Amon-Ra St. Brown step right back into where he left off in the 2022 season, catching, I think it was 4 or 5 of his 6 passes in the Chiefs game in that first quarter, including a touchdown. So I'd want to see what they do going up against a depleted Seattle Seahawks secondary. You talked about Jamal Adams still isn't back yet. Devon Witherspoon has been battling a hamstring injury. We all know how hard it is to run backwards with a hamstring injury, and he's going up against Amon-Ra St. Brown, Khalif Raymond, Marvin Jones, Josh Reynolds. We said maybe, and I do think this is going to happen. I hope it happens. We see some Antoine Green this game. I thought when Jahmyr Gibbs was out of the Chiefs game, the Detroit Lions offense lacked an explosive player, that explosive threat, whether it's out of the backfield or in the slot or on the outside. They needed at least that threat, and we saw Antoine Green in the preseason game against Carolina take 170 yards to the house. So he has that in him. He's dressed, he's active. I don't know, we may see some Antoine Green. Nick, do you have anything to say? Do you have a matchup to look for or just a general comment about the game?
Yeah, my go-to matchup, I did like the secondary versus our wide receivers, especially with Witherspoon back, because I know that we liked him coming out of the draft as well, so they were high on him.
Oh, yeah.
Stole him from us.
I'm okay with that. I like what we got. But I'm going to go there too. I'm going to go with Gibbs versus the generational, linebacker of our generation, Bobby Wagner. This is going to be a thrown into the fire game. I want to see the explosiveness from Gibbs cook up Bobby Wagner, but it's going to be tough to do so.
It's also tough to look past that beautiful mustache in the sound booth.
Gibbs versus Bobby Wagner. Let's go.
Let's go.
What a matchup.
Parker Brown filling in for Jalen, Baby
Meadows.
Drummond, Coach Prime. Parker knows a little bit of ball. Parker, what are you looking for? You're going to be at the game on Sunday. Tell me what you're focused on.
So with the two offensive linemen, I think Charles Cross, and I can't think of the other guy's name.
Abraham Lucas.
There we go, Abraham Lucas. With those guys out, I think Aiden Hutchinson and that defensive line is going to have a crazy game. But maybe that's not my top
Matchup?
My matchup. My top matchup. I think I'm on the same boat, but on the other side of the field, I think the secondary against the Seattle's receiver core. I mean, C.J. Gardner-Johnson lining up against D.K. Metcalf and guys like that. That's just going to be electric. I mean, we might not even hear who's on the field at that time, but let's be honest.
It's true. That's going to be a great one to look at. You mentioned Aiden Hutchinson, maybe some of those edges, maybe taking residence in the backfield, maybe looking for some real estate in the Seattle Seahawks backfield, real estate that Mark White can help you with, can help you find.
Transition.
Dude, I got Parker on that one. You didn't know where I was going, but Mark or call 248-290-8242. MarkWhiteSalls.com, where flexibility meets success.
Now, coming to Woodward Sports, Woodward and Main Street, the Woodward Sports Network Detroit Lions show. Let's go! Catch Gabrielle D. Phillips, Matt Broder, and Terry Foster for all the latest news on your Detroit Lions every week. Only on the Woodward Sports Network YouTube channel and woodwardsports.com.
At work and at home, we're there with smarter security solutions. Featuring complete automation with customized alerts and more. For over 90 years, we've been the company that's been counted on to protect what matters most, all with personalized service and care. Right now, for a limited time, receive a free video device plus free installation with a new home system. Guardian Alarm. We protect Michigan.
Just in time for football, Glorious Cannabis is dropping a new ice water bubble hash infused pre-rolled called Honolulu Blue. It smells so good, it's like the whiff of the first playoff win in 31 years. It's a gassy, aggressive strain named in the honor of Detroit football. If you haven't had one of these ice water pre-rolls, you are missing out. So smooth. Find them at Dispo Dispensary for 25% off. Check us out online at www.gloriouscanna.com.
Glorious Canna. Welcome back to Woodward Nights with Booner. That's Booner. And Broder. I'm Broder.
I'm Booner.
You're Booner. Do you guys know how many people, even in this office, mess up our names?
I did
even
earlier.
when not as a joke. A lot of people joke about our names.
There was a thing where it was going to be Woodward Nights with Broder and Booner, but people kept going Broder and then instead of Booner, because saying Broder first, they would say Broder and Boner.
Yeah.
So then it had to end up being the Booner Broder, because
Either way you put it, we go hard.
too many. I couldn't handle hearing the Boner.
Did anyone catch that one? No, I don't know if anyone caught that one. Maybe
joke.
Tom Izzo did. He's waiting for K9 to come, and maybe K9 will say go green. See, I just snuck it in there. I can't say that out of my own mouth as a former University of Michigan Wolverine, but maybe K9 will. If you all could please hit that like, maybe hit those emojis in the bottom right corner. All that stuff helps us push this content, push our show out to more people. It really helps us four in this room, helps us look a little better here at the studio, and helps the network grow. I think we're 500 or 600 subscribers away from 50,000.
We're at 49.4K.
Amazing. If we can get 600 subscribers tonight, that would be fantastic. but no, thank you for being here.
Let's boost that baby up.
Thank you for being here. We got so much to talk about, so I'm like, we got to get back into this game. I know, Booner, you said you had some kind of surprise for me, or you just were gonna tease me with something.
You put in the prep. Jeez, man, you put in the prep here. You put Pete Carroll is blank.
Yeah.
And I have this video for you. Parker, do you have that?
Oh, Petey.
What is Pete Carroll?
Is that Petey Two Gloves?
Look at this man. Look at him go.
That's actually impressive.
I mean, I think we're lucky we have Geno Smith.
Oh.
Did you see that? And shout out, that was the Seahawks Twitter page that we got that from. Credit them. But
have you ever seen The Longest Yard?
Pete Carroll's elite.
You know, is it Billy Bob Thornton or whoever's the coach? It's not Billy Bob Thornton. The head coach of The Longest Yard with Nelly and Adam Sandler. He comes in at the end of the game for the touchdown. Kind of looked like Pete Carroll there. He looks like he can still ball.
That was Burt Reynolds.
I will still take Dan Campbell and the Detroit Lions coaching staff against Burt Reynolds. It was Burt Reynolds.
Burt Reynolds.
Yeah, sorry, Burt.
Great movie.
Incredible movie.
Unreal movie.
I'll still take Dan Campbell and that coaching staff in a UFC, MMA, UFC battle royale against any other coaching staff in the league.
That might be the best quarterback coach. Quarterback. He was out there, and if you guys saw the full video of that, he was throwing dimes.
He looks athletic. He's got to be almost 70.
He's the oldest coach in the league. NFL. Yeah.
Wow. Oldest coach in the league.
Crazy.
That's insane. I'll go Mark Brunell, though. I'll stay loyal to Brunell and the guy from Ohio State. Just kidding. JT Barrett. He's an incredible quarterbacks coach.
Let's continue this talk, though, with the Seahawks game. Kind of move on to this next part that we had here is the Detroit Lions weapons, and Parker kind of alluded to it as well, and leads into our next segment here is the Detroit Lions weapons and that offense versus defense, because we know already what the secondary is, and last week they struggled. They gave up two different players I don't even know. It was like two Booners out there and had 115 yards, both of them versus the Seahawks. And you would think, like, they have Tariq Woolen, Trey Brown, Quandre Diggs, Kobe Bryant. Obviously, Jamal Adams is out. But that's still a stacked secondary.
Yes.
The fact that they did that last week and let that give up, or they gave that up last week, is crazy to me. But we want to kind of, Broder, touch on that matchup there even more, kind of get more in depth into that. That is one of the biggest ones, is can these weapons, Jahmyr Gibbs, Amon-Ra St. Brown, Marvin Jones, shout out Marvin Jones. I met Marvin Jones today. Marvin Jones, Josh Reynolds, Khalif Raymond, Monty. Can those guys
Monty, I'm glad you added that in, because that's right where I'm going.
Sam Laporta. Like, I just named 7 or 8 dudes.
Yes.
And when I look at this matchup versus that secondary and that defense, I give the Detroit Lions that matchup 100 days out of 100 days, every single time.
This team is different.
Am I wrong for that?
No, you're not. And even without Taylor Decker, this team is built different. And I'm so glad you brought up Monty when you're talking about weapons, because sometimes his name gets lost. Also, I don't know if he likes being called Monty. I heard that. I don't know if it's verified. So I'm going to call him D-Mont or David Montgomery.
Oh, no.
But the way they're able to play now, the way they're able to assert their dominance up front, you brought up the secondary pieces, and you're totally right. These weapons, the wide receivers, Gibbs out of the backfield is going to be huge. We need them to come up. But because they're such impressive weapons, we need David Montgomery in the offensive line to pound it, to actually to eat up the clock, to win the time of possession game against the Seahawks, to set up the play-action pass for Jared Goff, for all the other things that Ben Johnson, the offensive coordinator, wants to scheme. No, go ahead.
I'm just saying, he just has so much to work with. Ben Johnson, we know he can be and what he can do. And week 1, he was a little rusty. He admitted it too. But the weapons and just the list, Peaceful Tim said in here, we have so many weapons you can forget some. That's fine. He loves it. That's exactly what this offense is you just have weapon after weapon after weapon. Even if you think, we talked about it yesterday, even if you think Josh Reynolds isn't the best player, he's a dog. and he showed it. He showed it last week, and at times he steps up. Parker, did you have something?
Yeah, it's almost like I feel like this analogy would work really well with how many weapons we have. It's like a toy bin for Ben Johnson. He can just pull anything out, and it works for him.
Yeah, that's a good one. And it's set up by that run game, allowing them to stack the box and then play with these toys, pull the toys out of that box, and get it to them. Booner, before we move on, you're going to tell the people how they're going to hear about all the success that the Lions have after the game.
Yes, the Woodward Sports Detroit Lions post-game show. Woodward Sports' own Tom Mazaway will be hosting our Lions post-game show after every single Lions game all season long. Tune in to the Woodward Sports YouTube channel for the hot off the press takes, Kool-Aid drinking, sipping celebrations with me if you want. We could drink some Kool-Aid together. Make sure you don't miss out. Maz and special guests this week, I believe, will be
Ryan Ermanni.
The post-game, pre-game will be Ryan Ermanni and Jeff, and we'll talk about the post or pre-game later. I will be there as well. But the post-game will be Stick and I believe Lucas this week, which will be that's what a combo there. Make sure you tune in after every Lions game.
Tune in. How about this? So Amon-Ra St. Brown, only one game into his third season. Lions wide receiver Amon-Ra St. Brown owns the team record for most receptions through 3 career seasons. Total 3 seasons, 1 game into his third. He can continue to climb several other Lions leaderboards through 3 years. Amon-Ra St. Brown is one of those guys you rely on each and every week, and he's come up clutch. Is there anyone else on offense that you want to highlight, or are there any other weapons, whether that's special teams or defense? I do want to talk about special teams if we get 1 minute, but send it, whatever you were about to.
I do have, so I just put down here, I wrote down all of the weapons we have.
Let me hear it.
I put Gibbs.
Yes.
You guys remember the Ben Johnson text about Amon-Ra? Or
No.
Or what was the one that Ben Johnson texts Jared Goff?
Oh, Jared Goff texts Ben Johnson. Amon-Ra St. Brown. Big year.
Gibbs, big game. Gibbs, big game. Amon-Ra St. Brown, he's going to just be Amon-Ra St. Brown. He's going to get you 80 yards. He's going to get you a touchdown. He's going to be him. Josh Reynolds, same thing. When you need a 3rd and 20, he's going to get you that. He's going to have 30, 40 yards this week. This one, Marvin Jones.
Yeah, come back, baby.
People in Detroit wanted to say whatever they wanted to. I don't care. He's about to have a bounce-back week as well on Sunday. And he fumbled the ball. He had that catch, and he gets open. He's an elite veteran wide receiver. He is part of this offense. I think it was Ben Johnson said in the press conference this week, let Marvin, he's fine. Or Dan Campbell, might have been today. He's fine. We trust him with everything. Marvin Jones will have a week. I'm going to say 50 yards. No, I might even bet on that. I don't even care. He's going to have a big game, a bounce-back game. Khalif Raymond, I bet you we see 2 or 3 catches from him. And he's going to have – he had 1 last week. He's going to be just like Josh Reynolds. Timely. Khalif Raymond. Last one, Sam Laporta.
Boom. Nice.
Why don't we get a Gibbs and a Sam Laporta touchdown? Let them both get their first touchdowns in the same week.
A little rookie parlay, eh?
Would you put your money on it, Booner?
We have Booner bets today. I might have one of those to score a touchdown.
You got to come back at 9:40. I believe it is.
Stay here until 9:40.
Yeah, be here until yes.
Got you, Broder.
That. Parker, any matchups you're on the lookout for this weekend, this Sunday?
Ooh, that's a good one.
Damn right.
You got me on the spot with that one, but I'm gonna say
gotcha.
I'd have to go C.J. Gardner-Johnson against any receiver, or even Brian Branch. It's really the secondary against the receivers. I feel like that's the best one I could really think of, because when we think last year, we had the worst, either the 31st or 32nd secondary in the league.
It was bad.
Bad, but now with that secondary being upgraded with Cam Sutton, I mean, Manuel Mosley once he comes back, CJ GJ, Brian Branch, Kirby Joseph, and Tracy Walker actually being back and healthy this season. That's just going to be a killer. And I've always thought that the Seahawks have had one of the best receiver cores for years and years now. So I'm really excited to see that.
I love a guy like Tyler Lockett in any elite receiver group. You need someone steady like that who you can just rely on. You need 10 catches this game, he's got it. You need 4 for 75, he's got it. You need a
Mr.
touchdown,
Reliable.
He's got it. Mr. Reliable. Amon-Ra St. Brown's almost like an elite Tyler Lockett. Nick, how about a matchup you're in the mood for?
Who do they want Bobby Wagner to be on? Because last year, Hawkinson went off for 8 receptions, 179 yards, and 2 touchdowns. And we know Goff loves Laporta. I'm thinking massive game for Laporta. I'm going to hit on it at 9:40 when Booner starts breaking out some of his best bets. But Laporta is going to eat against this defense, no doubt about it.
Where I want Bobby Wagner is on the bench.
Yeah,
but
same
we'll
here.
go with that. I didn't realize that I didn't put that together. TJ Hawkinson's huge day was against Laporta. Before we move on, because we got a special guest coming in, Mr. Hollywood, I got to shout out the special teams, which Dan Campbell, he talked a lot about. He said, hey, I got to shout out the unsung heroes, bro.
I want to hear the number
These
one.
are my people. There are more
The
special.
only one that was acceptable was Khalil Dorsey.
Yeah, and
that's a dog.
We're missing him today, but Jalen Reeves-Maybin, he deserves to be talked about more. You brought up Khalif Raymond, which I love, but special teams coordinator Dave Phipp, who was hired in 2021, he's been 7 of 8, so that's 87% on fake punt attempts. 4 of those have been runs, and 4 have been passes by Jack Fox, arguably our third best quarterback on the team, kind of. The special teams could play a difference in this game. We talk about 2 high-powered offenses, a lot of missing pieces on both sides. Maybe special teams plays a factor. But Booner, speaking on the defensive end, tell them how C.J. Gardner-Johnson is going to keep the Seattle Seahawks out of the end zone.
I was hoping you were going to give me a new returner to fill for Khalil Dorsey.
Yeah. Oh.
That's what I was hoping you were going with. That's why I said something. But Guardian Alarm, customized solutions from real experts. Our professional technicians take the time to recommend security and automation solutions specific to your needs. 24/7 professional monitoring. Call us anytime, day or night, and know that a Guardian Alarm team member will stay on the phone as long as you need. Technology backed by people. Your safety and security deserves technology that is proven to work and people who have proven to care. Make sure you call 1-800-STAY-OUT.
Come to any Lady Jane's Haircuts for Men for an award-winning haircut experience from one of our talented stylists and register for a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity to win an all-expenses-paid suite for the 2024 NCAA tournament for you and 5 of your best buds. That's right, college basketball's most elite event. You and your 5 best friends just get to any Lady Jane's today for an award-winning haircut experience and automatically register to win the trip of your dreams. Lady Jane's Haircuts for Men open 7 days a week. Walk in anytime. Lady Jane's, it's wicked awesome.
Join Woodward Sports' own Jeff Iafrate along with special WSN guests for the most anticipated Lions season in decades. Filled with different surprises and expert analysis. You're not going to want to miss out. Go to our Woodward Sports YouTube channel on Sundays and tune in live from 9:30 to 11:30 a.m.
The sports marketing agency would not be who we are without great community partners like Higuera Health and Carol Zuniga.
It's an awesome opportunity to partner with your organization. Higuera Health is a comprehensive behavioral health organization. We serve children through older adults with mental health, substance use, and developmental disabilities across Western Wayne counties, and really excited to now be in downriver communities as well. Give us a call at 734-458-4601.
For over 60 years, Fairway Packing has provided Michigan's finest restaurants, hotels, and casinos with dry-aged beef, Wagyu beef, and prime beef. You can experience the Fairway difference today. Visit the steak shop in Grosse Pointe Woods or get some grab-and-go steaks in the shop, or you can order online at fairwaypacking.com.
Welcome back to Woodward Nights. Hold on, there we go. Welcome back to Woodward Nights. My name is Booner. We've got Broder, as always. We've got Parker Meadows in the booth, and we've got Nick here. And we have, really it's our second guest, our first guest virtually, the one, the only, Hollywood, Juicy J, Jeff Iafrate joining us. Oh, no. That was all Parker.
Yeah, you son of a bitch, Parker.
Hands off. Hey, whoa, Jeff, this is a family show. Whoa.
This is prime time.
I'm just kidding. No, this
is
late
Woodward.
Night.
It's Woodward Nights. What are we doing?
It's a late night show, baby.
Jeff, this
In
is
the
where
nighttime.
anything goes. Jeff, thanks so much for
by the
joining
way,
us. Sorry, go ahead.
I want to say, just shout out to the boys, man. You guys are crushing. So I want to say that, man. Keep going. I'm proud of you guys, man. It's awesome. I love watching you guys. Seriously.
Awesome. Thanks so much, Jeff. We appreciate you. We've been watching this man on the morning show just absolutely catapult his career into what we joke about, the Hollywood Hills. The man is a stud, and he knows his ball, he knows his sports, and he's a future star. He's a current star.
If we're being honest too, I wouldn't have the show if it wasn't for Jeff. Every time Jeff just kept saying, "Booner, come do the pregame last year, the Lions. Come do the college football. You and Maz." Now you kept doing that. You kept inviting. You let me be on the morning Woodward show. Now.
This is it.
We made it, baby!
Yeah, we did make it. I'm proud of you, man. And also, I don't want to say I made anybody. I mean, you guys are talented, man. I just love helping others. Hey, there's enough food on the plate for everybody to eat. All right, that's just, it is what it is.
Man, you know, your nickname is Hollywood. You literally sound like Vinny from Entourage, man.
Dude, I'll be Turtle.
He keeps making these Vinny references, and I by the way, never seen Entourage. You can make fun of me all you want.
Greatest show of all time.
But now I want to watch it. Now you got me pissed off. You keep making these references I don't understand.
Jeff, I think you would like it. And just a little background. Vinny Chase is the star of the show. He's the Hollywood superstar in movies. I want to ask you, if there's a star in this game, if there's a matchup you want to highlight, or one player, like I said, a star, is there anyone that you're focusing in on this Sunday, Seattle versus Detroit?
I think the easy one for me would be Aiden Hutchinson. I mean, you got both tackles out. That's your franchise defensive end. You drafted this dude to a second overall, and last week he showed out. I mean, last really 2 games, you think about it, 2 primetime games, Aiden was the one affecting the game, for the majority of it. So it's big time for him. I know Booner, he's high on Aiden Hutchinson. He said this man could contend for Defensive Player of the Year, and I don't think he's crazy. I think this is the type of game for not even just Aiden, but the rest of this defensive line to capitalize. I mean, you got a hindered Seattle offensive line. They're going to want to run the ball, and I'll get into some of the matchup stuff later, but regardless, man, especially if you go up early and you force Geno into a lot of passing downs, it's time for Aiden, man. I can foresee a 2, maybe even 3 sack game out of this dude. I really do.
I mean, TJ Watches did that, and if he needs to compete for Defensive Player of the Year, he has to go out and do the same thing.
There you go.
I think I'm with you, Jeff. I said yesterday on the show, I think the Detroit Lions, I might have actually said it in a chat, I think the Detroit Lions get 5 sacks on Sunday at least, especially with those the offensive linemen out in Seattle. There's no reason, and these guys got 0 sacks last week. Last year they played the Seahawks, 0 sacks. This defensive line is hungry. Hutch, 2 or 3 sacks. Kaminsky.
Yeah, I mean, Booner. You think about it. Last week, Jawan Taylor essentially cheating. I don't know what the hell that was. He still tied his career high in pressures. Guys, think about that. Healthy Chiefs offensive line. He tied his career high in pressures. Now you got a hindered Seattle offensive line that last week defensively, at least for the Rams, they got to Geno. They sacked him 2 times. Don't tell me this line's defensive line. What I've been sold is pretty damn good young defensive line. I think they'll get not just Aiden too. I think Houston will be involved as well. That guy's just a menace. And then on top of that, hopefully Liam McNeil creates pressure from the inside, because if he does that, man, it's over for Geno. It really is. Now,
Jeff, I'm going to throw you a little oop here for a question.
Okay.
We were on the Morning Woodward show a couple times about a month ago. We had talks in the back here, and me and you had a conversation about the Detroit Lions ceiling. I'm setting you up for an oop here. I'm setting you up to Jeff. I've never set you up to fail. Never. We set each other up to succeed here. You told me a month ago that the Detroit Lions ceiling was to just win 1 playoff game. That was their ceiling. After week 1, has that ceiling moved for you? Have you moved the ceiling up from 10 feet to 15? Have we moved that up?
Okay. Couple things here. Number 1, I did have that conversation with you. I did. And I guess the way I answered the question was, all I needed to see and all I realistically thought this team could do would be win a playoff game, and then hope in that divisional round.
Fair enough.
You're going to be facing either the Eagles or the 49ers. But actually, Booner, and this is where I'm going to give you credit. I watched the 49ers are the only team right now that I'm terrified of, in the NFC. Is that fair? The Eagles have not shown us that team from last year. And then the Dallas Cowboys are going to Dallas Cowboys. So I'm not really worried about them. The Lions, I'll say this, I'm a lot more confident in their chances to go on a deep playoff run before week 1 than I am now. Or I am now as I was before week 1. I will say that.
I'd love to hear that. Because me and Jeff were going at it in the back, and D-Mac even walked. Shout out D-Mac. He walked up, and me and D-Mac were trying to explain to Jeff the ceiling. And I think now I love the way it worked out, though. It's good for us because the Detroit Lions went and won on the road, and that kind of showed in other teams. It showed. Like, it worked out week 1 in our favor. All of us.
Jeff, has that ceiling or that confidence in the Lions being able to make a run deeper into the playoffs, does any of your feelings about that tie into the streak that Jared Goff is on? He's on a historic interceptionless streak. I believe it's 359 attempts without an interception. Whether that's the reason or not, is Jared Goff one of those pieces that can take them deep, or are there other aspects of their offense that has improved enough to continue that run?
I think Jared's, and as much as people want to talk about salary and what he should be getting paid, Broder, and I know you're high on Jared Goff, and I think rightfully so. Yeah, you can win with him. You can win playoff games with him. And this is a city that's starving for just that. So you look at the NFC, you look how it shapes up. Right now, quarterback play, isn't at an all-time high in the NFC. Like, Jared Goff might be good enough to get you to a Super Bowl. My only concern is, I guess a question would be more fair to say, in the AFC, who you'd be going against, right? Yeah. You could go against the Mahomes once again, right? And I know they beat them, right? That's fair, but you got to give context. No Chris Jones or Travis Kelce. I'm just throwing that out there. You beat them, but in the postseason, those guys will be back. And then you got, Joe Burrow and the Bengals. Like, these teams are probably more my concern for Jared Goff. Like, okay, now you're on the biggest stage. Last time he was there, everybody remembers he scored 3 points, but that was years ago. I think Jared Goff, people like to put a ceiling on this man at 28 years old. Yeah. There's a lot of room for him to grow. I think that, him saying, well, this guy can never win a Super Bowl, I'm not going to say that. I'm not. I'm curious, though, how the Lions, I know offensively they could score a lot of points, but to your point, Broder, about the interception streak, that's been a big part of this offense, right? Being efficient, not turning the ball over. Of course, the interception streak has guys making plays, the offensive line protecting for him. You got DBs and linebackers dropping balls as well. Like, there's a lot that goes into that, interception streak. But listen, good coaching. If you have good coaching, you have the offensive line they have. You have the defensive line that we think they have, and as of right now, I'm confident they do have. They have the secondary. That was a big question last year. I think weapon-wise, maybe you have some questions, but you're relying on 2 rookies. But regardless, we know this offense and what it can be. Now, if defensively they're a top 15, top 10 team, Broder, as long as Jared just plays clean football and doesn't turn the ball over and keeps up what he's been doing, they're a dangerous team come the postseason, because I'll tell you what, that offensive line travels. It does.
Yes.
You saw what the Eagles did to the Vikings, man. They pushed those dudes around. Don't tell me the Lions can't do something like that. The Eagles are a team I watch out for, because 49ers, Eagles, hell offensive lines, man. Those teams have offensive lines. But the rest of the NFC, I'm confident in the Lions.
It's those 3 teams. 49ers, Eagles, and Lions right now. That's where I'm putting it. And I'm with you on that, Jeff, too, because we've talked about it a lot the last few months, that Jared Goff, just be solid. If you're solid, and like Jeff said, he was solid last year, and he even wasn't that great to start the year. He was average, a little closer to the second half of the year. But they had a top 5 offense, and he was solid. This year, you just put out a top 15 defense, and you're a contender. When I was on the morning show, I went over the list of the 3 teams last year. There was only, I think, 3 teams that were top 15 in both offense and defense. And those were, the Eagles, Chiefs, and the Bengals or something like that. I could be wrong.
Would love to be in that company.
Yes, and I remember there's only 3 teams, so that's a great point. Jeff, I want to ask you too. We talked about this yesterday a little bit. If you had to on this, and I don't want to look at this as a negative, but more so like a positive. What can the Lions kind of improve on? What is one part of this Lions team going into, I guess, after week 1 that you saw, like a critique of this Lions team? Where it's like a position group or just a part of this team right now that needs to get better and kind of can improve?
So, it's hard because you saw flashes on week 1, and again, you got another 5 weeks until J-Mo even is able to come back. But I'm still looking at the wide receivers. I know I saw 1 game out of Josh Reynolds, but I know Amon-Ra St. Brown's going to show up every week. I don't have to count. I don't have to question that. Yeah. Now, Khalif Raymond didn't have the debut we kind of expected out of Khalif. And I know the offense was kind of all over the place, so I don't want to hold everybody to the fire in week 1. But I still have questions about that wide receiver core, Booner. I do. I'm sorry. The rest of the offense, though, offensive line, running backs, even tight ends. I like the tight ends they got, but in terms of wide receivers, there's still a lot of question marks, especially if a guy like Amon-Ra St. Brown goes down. I mean, defensively, they have 4 starting linebackers. Love the defensive line. The secondary looks great. I don't have too many question marks. Maybe you like to see the communication. We'll see how that improves as weeks go by with the secondary. But if I had something I'm keying in on and I'm watching, it's that wide receiver core. It hasn't really changed much for me. One game doesn't do it.
I think that's fair. That's a fair kind of criticism because you're 3, 4, 5 is, you could say you could definitely go out and get a Mike Evans or someone to improve that. So that is fair. Now, Jeff, before we let you go and go to break here, I know we're going to be on the Lions pregame show on Sunday, and you, I'm sure you already did a prediction on the morning show this morning.
Yep.
Can we get we're not going to say ours because we're going to do it at the end of the show. Can we get your prediction if you have like a one stat or a touchdown score, and as well, you see that? That's Parker, not me. And then your final score prediction.
Broder, I want to say this too, man. The guy's a professional. I tried to break him this morning, and he didn't give me it. He didn't give me the prediction. And I just want to say that's a professional right there. You got a professional next
year. We did have the contract that you had to say Woodward Knights 8 to 10 times.
Did I do it?
Did
I do good?
But to follow up, you did come on the show tonight, so the contract voided.
He said he dropped it a lot.
He did. You did drop it randomly too.
Before you give your prediction, I gotta say your hair just looks fantastic tonight.
It does. This morning, 7.4 out of 10. Tonight, it's a 9.5, man.
You know what? I appreciate you, Broder. Booner, that's an honest review. I can't fault you for it. I was on my game this morning.
You want to do mine?
Yeah, and I got to get a ski mask. You told me you'd get me a ski mask.
I have one for you. I have
one
here, and then I have one in my backpack for you. I told you I'll bring it Sunday, pregame.
All right, let's go. All right, game prediction. I'm going 31-17 Lions win here. I got it decisively. I think this offense, we know how they look at home. It's a very different offense at home. It just is. They score a ton of points at home. I think they do just that. You got a Seattle team, and you go back to last week, man, and I said this on the morning show. If you can go up early on the Seahawks, they're going to abandon the run. That's your best scenario to win. And allow Aiden and those guys to just bull rush and get after Geno, because last week they ran the ball 9 times in the first half. They ran it 3 in the second half. 3 carries in the second half for Kenneth Walker. If you could force the Seahawks and go up early and get them sitting there going, okay, we got to make some plays here, you already won the game. So that's how I think the Lions, hopefully if they go up early, I like their chances. I just think overall that offensive line, the injuries they have to their offensive line, they're not going to be able to overcome it. I think this defensive line, although they don't have Pascal, that's my guy. I was excited to see him in week 2. Regardless, I think they're going to generate pressure. They're going to make Geno uncomfortable. And this is a very different secondary than last year when DK went off against Jeff Okudah there. So I think they're going to be able to kind of contain those guys. So give me the Lions, 31-17.
Awesome.
Love that.
Awesome, Jeff. Love to hear it. Thank you so much for joining our show. We'll keep plugging you on the Morning Woodward Show every morning, Monday through Friday, 8 to 10 a.m. Can you tell the people where you're going to be seen this weekend?
Yes.
Going to be on a couple streams.
Yes, sir. So Sunday, Lions pregame show will be down at Eastern Market. If you don't already have your tickets, it might be too late. You can try and get tickets still, but we'll be down there 9:30 to 11:30. I'm joined. My guy Booner will be joining the show. I can't wait for that. Broder's over there. He's
90 minutes.
Broder's over there crushing it at Ford Field, so he's busy. He's got other things he's got to do. He's got to grind. But we'll be down there for those 2 hours. We'll probably hang out after the game, and then we got the watch party back at the studio. So a lot of fun. A lot of fun on Sunday, man.
Jeff, before you leave, there was a comment here. I'm going to see if I can find it. I apologize. Kalamazoo said, I'm pretty sure Jeff does OnlyFans from that room with that green screen.
I would subscribe. I mean,
I don't. He didn't say no that fast. He's thinking about it. Like, how do I approach this?
Well, you never know. Is this a green screen for content? Sports content or other content? We'll never know.
I want it.
It's a green screen for Rex Ryan content. I know that for sure.
Oh, no.
Think about that one. Go deep into the memory bank. Jeff,
appreciate you,
man.
Thank you.
Sorry
so
to
much.
just end on a foot fetish joke, but man, thanks for joining. It's always a pleasure hanging out with you.
Hopefully
and our
come
show
back.
Appreciates you. We hope to have you back soon.
Dude. Anytime you guys need me, which I'm assuming you don't, you guys are fine. But if you want a guest, I'm always here for you fellas, man. Keep crushing. Love you.
Awesome.
Thank you, Jeff.
Thank you, everybody.
Everybody.
Before Booner. Sorry. Go ahead, Jeff.
No, by the way, Nick and Parker, shout out to you guys too.
Appreciate it. Thanks for coming on, man. Great interview.
Yes, sir. You guys are the goats.
Awesome. Everybody, before Booner tells you about Guardian, when we come back, we're going to be talking NFL. We're going to go around the NFL, make our picks there, and have a short college football second.
Yep.
Got to hit on the Michigan schools and some of the big storylines across the country. But Booner, Guardian Alarm. No, excuse me, Planet Fitness.
Planet Fitness.
Sorry,
where I'm getting my black card. Planet Fitness is the home of the judgment-free zone where anyone, and I mean anyone, they gave me a black card, Booner, yes, can feel comfortable and work out on their fitness goals. We are here to help you build a lasting, active lifestyle. At Planet Fitness, you will experience squeaky clean gyms that has tons of equipment, a full-body workout in just 30 minutes with the 30-minute circuit, and all memberships include fitness training. Make sure for more information or to join today, you visit your local Planet Fitness or go to www.planetfitness.com where your fitness is essential.
By now you know me, Christina Gennari, as the obvious choice in real estate. And you know my website, soldchristina.com, as your #1 resource for buying or selling your home. Myself, along with my amazing staff, pride ourselves on making your home buying and selling experience a relaxing and easy one. Come see why we are the obvious choice. Christina Gennari at soldchristina.com, the obvious choice in real estate.
Brace yourselves, Detroit. As the sun begins to set, 2 of Woodward Sports' brightest young stars will be taking the mic for a brand new show. Woodward Nights with Booner and Broder. The dog days in Detroit are over, and the boys are unleashed. Join in on the banter and hop on the bandwagon of the #1 night show on the internet. Tune into the Woodward Sports YouTube channel every weeknight from 8 to 10 p.m. Woodward Nights with Booner and Broder.
Burgers and chicken sandwiches are taking over at Big Boy. Try our new pretzel bacon cheeseburger. Turn up the heat with Bob's Hot Chicken Sandwich. Upgrade those regular fries with our chili cheese fries or loaded baked potato fries. Hit your sweet tooth with funnel cake fries or Reese's chocolate peanut butter thunder cake. Load up on all your favorites today at Big Boy.
How would you like to see famous athletes like Jim Harbaugh, Braylon Edwards, or Darren McCarty play golf with average Joes? Thanks to Randy Wise Automotive and Woodward Sports, you will be able to do just that. It's the Randy Wise Celebrity Golf Tour, so make the wise choice and pay attention to Woodward Sports for more coming soon. We are back. It's Woodward Nights. We're in the 9 o'clock hour. We just had Hollywood Jeff Iafrate, host of the Morning Woodward Show, on. What a great guest. What a great dude. Thank you so much for everyone who's in the chat, who's watching us tonight. We got 165 people here right now and 75 likes. Thank you so much for that. If you could hit that, if you're in here, hit that one more time. Actually, if you hit it once, you probably can't. If you haven't hit it yet, hit that like button. It really helps us push that out. Even those emojis down in the bottom right corner, if you like what we say, hit that heart. But we're going to get right into it. We're running a few minutes behind. So we're going to go around the NFL. We're going to talk about all the games happening this weekend and quickly give our picks.
Yes. You want me to start us off here?
Booner, start us off.
So, first game, the Tampa Bay Buccaneers at the Chicago Bears, boys. I know who I'm picking this game. I'm going the Tampa Bay Buccaneers.
Buccaneers at the Buccaneers are home.
Bears it's a home game for the
You're going
Bucs.
Buccaneers in Tampa. I am too. I like actually what Tampa. They look good in that first week. They might be a little sneaky underdog.
I like that actually. I don't think the Bears start 0-2. Don't make the playoffs.
It is. Nick.
FTB.
Buccaneers, Bears.
I don't trust either of these teams, but this is a must-win for the Bears already, or their season's basically over. I kind of like the Bears to win on the road.
Okay, I can appreciate that. How about that, Parker? Do you agree, Bears, or are you going to go Bucks? And I think you're muted.
Am I muted?
No, you're good.
You're good
I'm
now.
good. But, dude, Baker Mayfield kind of showed out last week. I'm going to be honest. And I don't really have that high of hopes with the Bears this season. I mean, I was kind of one of those hopeful people that was like, oh, maybe he'll drop 20 points in fantasy. Not in real life, but I don't know. I'm not seeing this. I think the Bucs are going to win this by a landslide.
Love to hear it. 3 Bucs, 1 Bears.
Let's skip the next game there because we're going to do those predictions for the Seahawks at the Detroit Lions. We're going to do that at the end of the show. The Baltimore Ravens at the Cincinnati Bengals. Broder, we'll start with you.
I'm going Baltimore Ravens. And in my only quick comment about this, it's very difficult for me to put the Bengals at 0-2 with that stat you dropped earlier in the show that like 9% of teams that start 0-2 don't make it to the playoffs. I do think the Bengals are a playoff team, but they're going to go 0-2. Baltimore gets back on track, gets their offense going. A little more Lamar with J.K. Dobbins out. What about you, Booner?
I'm going to go the Bengals.
Bengals?
Yeah, they're at home. It's one. I know last year they started 0-2. I don't think they do it again this year. I think that's that bounce back game. They need that. And then I do like Lamar. I think Lamar has a huge year, and the Ravens had a huge year. I'm going Bengals, though.
Awesome. Nick, Bengals, home, hosting the Ravens.
I don't think any of these teams looked great. I mean, the Ravens in their win, they didn't even look great. I got the Bengals winning at home, defending their home field.
Parker, Bengals hosting the Ravens.
I got to give it to Houday Nation, man.
Houday.
I think the Ravens are going to have a great year, but I think the Bengals had just one of those down. You know the up-down theory? I think that's what's going to happen next week.
We know Dan Campbell loves the up-downs. How about the Jaguars and the Chiefs? The Chiefs go to Jacksonville again, trying to avoid being an 0-2 team. This is a tough game, Booner.
Oh, I don't know what to pick here. I'm going to go to the Kansas City Chiefs.
Okay.
I know the Jags are at home. I know they're really good. I just don't see the Chiefs with Travis Kelce back, Chris Jones back. They're full go. I think the Kansas City Chiefs win this game.
I think
Travis Kelce 2 touchdowns.
I think the Jaguars move to 2-0 and make this a very difficult season for the Chiefs, who still have a chance to make the playoffs. But like we said, it's a little hard. Nick, Jaguars hosting the Chiefs.
I got the Chiefs in this one. Bounce back game.
Let's go. How about you, Parker?
Chiefs are going to have a bounce back game. I think Jags are a little bit under that, but I have the Chiefs winning this game.
Got it. I've been going against the grain all day. But now we got the Falcons hosting another NFC North foe, the Green Bay Packers. Booner.
I am going to go. Oh, this is a tough one. I'm going to go with the Green Bay Packers.
Yeah.
I think they're actually not a bad football team.
I'm with you, too. I think that defense balances out or cancels out that run game from Atlanta. Nick.
I am going with the Falcons. We're going to see why the Packers look so good playing that Bears team. I think the Falcons defend the home field.
Let's go. Packer, do you think the Packer?
Yeah, you call me Packer.
Parker, do you think the Packers can go into the ATL and walk away with the dub?
I'd say potentially. I think the Falcons will win this one. I think we're going to have a great game from Bijan Robinson.
Okay. Now we move to Houston, actually. Yeah, no, we do move to Houston. 2 rookie quarterbacks face off, Anthony Richardson versus C.J. Stroud. Who do you think, the Texans at home, or do you think the Colts go on the road and get a W?
Colts win this game. They go on the road. Oh, wait. No.
Yeah, Colts are on the road.
Texans win this game. Wait.
Ooh, that's a hot take. For the Texans?
I'm going Texans. I think that defense...
Texans.
You're going Texans?
Yeah.
You're locking it in?
Yeah, no, I'm going Texans.
That defense is... Will
I had
Anderson.
something going through my head there about this game. Very important. Woodward bet or Booner bets in a little bit. I had something in there, and I was like, I have to make sure that I don't mess this one up. But I'm going to go Texans with this one.
Don't give it away. Nick, Texans or Colts?
I'm going Texans as well. I love this game as just an NFL fan. And these used to be like the worst. This used to be the worst game to watch in the world. But with these 2 rookie quarterbacks, it should be interesting.
You're so right. I would never want to watch this, except we got these storyline now. What about you, Parker? Colts head to Houston.
These are 2 up-and-coming teams. I mean, these are 2 really young teams in the league. But I have the Colts winning this one. I think Anthony Richardson just gives the Colts that little bit of an edge.
Love to hear it, Parker. And everyone, thank you so much for putting your picks in the chat. I should have called that out as we're going through this. We're getting through it pretty fast, so let us hear who you think it's going to be. Who do you think is going to come out on top?
The next one there.
Next, we got the Las Vegas Raiders going to Buffalo.
I already know your pick. You're going to pick the Raiders. We already know that. You're
damn straight.
Jimmy Garoppolo. But I'm going to go the Buffalo Bills. Josh Allen bounce back week.
Nick?
Bills all the way.
All the way Bills. Parker, Bills or the Raiders?
Man, I don't think
Thank you.
I think the Bills are not going to have a good game. I think they're having a down year. I have the Raiders winning this game.
Parker, I love you. If I didn't love Jalen so much, I'd welcome you here forever. But I do love Jalen.
That's unbelievable.
Give me the Raiders.
It's not going to be an easy game.
It's not, but the Bills, there's a 0 chance they have 2 bad games.
Don't be surprised.
Zero
I will be surprised because they went 13-3 last year.
Yeah.
This is a good football team. This isn't like I'm getting triggered from the Bills right now.
54-21.
Everything's going to be fine.
That's a nice timing. Nice timing. We're going Raiders. You 2 are going
Split room.
Bills. Where are we at 9:14? We got time for one or two more. Chargers, the Los Angeles Chargers, head to the Tennessee Titans. And Austin Eckler, I believe, is expected to miss the game.
Yes.
Joshua Kelly going to be the starting running back.
I'm going to take the Titans. I'll go Titans at home.
That's a good
take
pick.
The underdog at home.
Nick, what about you?
Eckler out.
I like Chargers to win. I don't think they can go to 0-2. This head coach will be under so much heat if they do. I think they get the win on the road.
Amazing.
I'm on the same boat. This is a must-win game for the Chargers. I think they're going to win it, but it's also a must-win game.
I agree with you. This morning I picked the Chargers, I believe, and I really want to change with Eckler missing. I want to change the Titans,
you have
but
to keep it. You can't go 1-1.
I am going to keep it. As I think about it, I think maybe Austin Eckler being out. What'd you say?
Oh, fist bump. Boom.
Let's go, baby. Austin Eckler being out, maybe Justin Herbert, actually steps up and leads this team to a victory. It is 9:15. We're going to come right back to this. We're going to finish it off when we come back. But we need Booner to tell the people about SMA, the sports marketing agency.
SMA, the sports marketing agency, helps spread awareness about mental health and substance abuse. Their podcast, This is the S Word, helps fight the stigma about seeking help. If you or someone you know is struggling, make sure you head over to thesportsma.com. Again, that is thesportsma.com.
Now, coming to Woodward Sports, Woodward and Main Street, the Woodward Sports Network Detroit Lions show. Let's go! Catch Gabrielle D. Phillips, Matt Broder, and Terry Foster for all the latest news on your Detroit Lions every week. Only on the Woodward Sports Network YouTube channel and woodwardsports.com.
Gabby is a college student struggling to study for her big exam. Then, she discovered Syntron, a healthy way for her to stay awake and focus. Jennifer frequently has chaotic days like this until she gets online, orders some Syntron, and finds her groove. April visited her local grocery store, purchased a case of Syntron, and entered to win the Syntron 100K Vegas giveaway. Pick up your case of Syntron today at any Meijer location or visit drinksyntron.com/Vegas and enter for the 100K Vegas giveaway.
Woodward Sports' own Tom Mazaway and Sam Stick Day will be hosting our Lions postgame show after every Lions game all season long. Tune into the Woodward Sports YouTube channel for his hot-off-the-press takes, game analysis, and Kool-Aid sipping celebrations. You won't want to miss it. Join Maz, Stick, and special guests each week immediately following every Lions game, exclusively on the WSN YouTube channel.
Do you have football on the brain?
Yes, I do.
You do. Fall ushers in college and professional football, and this year is going to be awesome. Fall is also a perfect time to shop your home and auto insurance, so shop it like a pro at Swiss Insurance. They cover Woodward Sports Network, and they should be covering you too. So ask for Mark at Swiss Insurance today at swissins.com or call 248-800-4177.
They'll cover you like C.J. Gardner-Johnson on DK Metcalf.
That's exactly right. Exactly right.
Yeah.
Welcome back. Ooh, we got the flute tonight.
What a song.
I love it. We're going to get right back into these picks, but first, thank you so much for everybody who's joining us. Whether you've been here from the start or just hopped in, we thank you. Hit that like button. Let's get to 100.
Button, baby.
Let's get to 100 by 9:30.
Yeah, we've got 150.
We're going to rapid fire through the end of this because we want to talk college football for 5-6 minutes. Then we're going to finish off with our predictions about the Lions game and then Booner's bets. We're going to talk Booner's bets.
I've got the Booner's bets glasses ready.
Parker, if you could throw that graphic up. We're going to go around the room. We just did Chargers-Titans, so now we got New York Giants head to Cardinals. Just give me your pick, Booner. Who you got?
Give me the Giants.
Oh, Booner going Giants. Nick.
In New York.
G-Man.
Nick goes with the Giants. That's 2 in a row. Parker, Giants or Cardinals?
G-Man.
I'm going to follow up that same. I thought the Giants looked bad, but Cardinals, man, tanking for Caleb Williams.
Yeah.
Next on the docket, 49ers. In the red jerseys, head to the Los Angeles Rams. Booner.
I'm going Niners. Rams cover. 49ers, though.
Ooh, Booner bet. A little sneaky. Nick.
That's not one of my best bets.
I know, it's not one of your best bets. Nick.
I'm going Niners as well.
Niners over the Rams. That's 2. Parker.
Bang, bang, Niner gang, baby.
It might be all across the board.
Niner gang. 4. That's 4 for the Niners against the Rams. Commanders, the Washington Commanders with Sam Howell. Scary Terry, Jahan Dotson. Head to Denver. Russell Wilson, Sean Payton.
This is easy.
Who?
I feel like this could be all around here. Broncos.
It's not going to be all around. It's not going to be all around.
Broncos at home win it.
Oh, he's
if you go against me, you lose. Remember, I don't lose.
Okay.
Booner
Okay.
don't lose.
Nick, are you going against him?
Sounds like Booner loves this bet. But no,
This
I'm
one
going.
won't be in my bets either.
I'm going with Washington.
Let's go, Commanders, baby.
What?
Parker.
You guys are crazy, dude. Give me the Broncos.
There's no way the
Give me
Broncos start
Broncos.
0-2 under Sean Payton.
There's
Zero
a
chance.
very serious chance that they start 0-2 because they're not a good
Zero.
football team. That's a good football coach. They're not a good football team yet. They're not. We went Commanders, Broncos. Now we got Jets. Aaron Rodgers' Jets go to Dallas to take on Dak Prescott.
Let me teach you boys about something here.
Teach me.
Let me teach you guys a life lesson. I know we're supposed to go quick here.
It's all right. Take your mugs.
Dallas Cowboys are always frauds. We're going the New York Jets and Zach Wilson, winning this game outright in Dallas. Frauds.
Booner.
Frauds.
Tell him, Booner.
In Jerry World?
I don't care about Jerry World. What have they done? Haven't got past the first round of the playoffs. They're America's
Won a Super
team.
Bowl.
I don't like.
Jets win this game. Zach Wilson, Garrett Wilson season.
Nick.
I don't like Dak at all, but this defense is elite. I got Cowboys.
I'm on the same boat. This defense is nuts. I mean, that O-line for the Jets is terrible, so give me the Cowboys.
That defense is crazy, but Booner, I'm joining you.
Let's go.
I said this on the morning show today.
Alley-oop action.
I do think that the Cowboys are going to finish ahead of the Jets by the end of the season, but I think the game after a big injury, a big moment like that, the Jets their defense is going to come to play. But you're right, Parker, that offensive line is
Denver said
brutal.
Dallas defense. Listen, Jets defense.
Jets defense is disgusting.
We'll go
They're
mano
amazing.
on this one. We'll go back and forth.
Dolphins.
game.
This is a fun game to watch. This is an interesting storyline for the weekend. Dolphins go to New England.
Patriots.
That defense, though.
Patriots.
That
I'm taking
defense.
Bill Belichick at home. They should have won last week.
Gotta love it.
They should be 1-0 right now, and they should have beat the Philadelphia Eagles. I'm going Patriots
I'm a
at
Ramondre
home.
fan. Nice.
Bills cooked. I'm going fins up. Dolphins.
All the Bills are cooked tonight.
I love how all of you boys are going to be on the other side of a winner.
Just remember, I'm like, you guys always picked it. And Booner, no. Parker.
Dude.
Sorry.
I think the Dolphins could potentially be one of the best teams in the league. Give me the Dolphins.
Look at everyone in the chat's taking the Dolphins. Is there any Coach Walk Patriots? Thank you, Coach Walk.
Coach Walk. Boo.
Jack Harrington Patriots. Jeff Berg Patriots. Everyone else that said Dolphins, you're going to be a loser on Sunday night.
I guess I'm going to be a loser on Sunday night.
All right.
I'm not going to be a loser on Monday night though. Saints, Panthers.
We should save those because we're gonna have.
Holy.
What time did those games start? We're gonna have a show, right?
Not for the first one.
First one. Let's do the
7:15
first
and
one.
All right. First one. Saints, Panthers. Who you got?
I didn't even think about this.
You got Bryce Young at home.
Give me the Saints, the New Orleans Saints, baby.
Oh, former home of Dan Campbell, Aaron Glenn, C.J. Gardner-Johnson, all of them. Who you got?
Bryce Young gets his first NFL win as a quarterback.
I'd like to hear that.
Whoa! Breaking news.
What happened?
Jeff Brewster donated $50. I don't know. He just gave us a number one.
Jeff.
That must mean we're number one.
Jeff Brewster, thank you so much. That is so incredibly generous of you. Air horns, air horns, air horns.
Jeff.
What a night
Shout
for Jeff.
out.
That's
Damn.
unbelievable.
Jeff, thank you so
Brewster.
much. That helps us out. That really helps the network out. So we really, really appreciate you. Thanks for being a part of the show.
Shout out IT Hips too. He said Booner really actually knows what he's talking about.
Nope.
Yeah.
With these games, Pats are the pick.
Nope.
All right, boys, we'll see.
You picked the Saints.
Did you take the Pats?
Did we get to your Saints pick?
No.
All right, Saints,
no,
Panthers.
you're good. I think the Saints are the best team in the NFC South. I think they're gonna. I think they have the potential to sweep the entire NFC South.
That's a
the
possibility.
potential. I'm not saying it's a guarantee, but I think they're gonna win that game.
Hey, I'm with you. I think Saints got that. That's 3-1. Booner, that Lions pregame show. I know we're about to talk college football for 5 minutes, but tell us about that Lions pregame show.
Yes, the Woodward Sports Lions pregame show returns for another season of Lions football. Look at that. Jeff Freire, who was just on the show, will be hosting the show weekly with special guests on Woodward Sports YouTube channel. If you're sipping the Kool-Aid or kicking and screaming the same old Lions, you do not want to miss out on the Lions pregame show. It will be this Sunday at from 9:30 to 11:30. I will be there. Ryan Ermanni will be on the desk with Jeff. I will be attending for the first 90 minutes there and giving out some bets. You promise you will not want to miss out on the pregame shows on the Woodward Sports YouTube page.
I can't wait for that. I can't wait. I know we're about to talk about Michigan State, but first, is there a chance quarterback Jalen Milroe, is he going to get benched at Alabama?
Yeah, I think he already did get benched.
Did Nick Saban bench him?
I'm pretty sure that they already said that he's done. Not he's done, but all week long, the backup's been getting those first-team reps. And I see Lucas over there. He's actually Lucas. Shout out Lucas Klotz. He's over there changing.
Why you gotta shout that out?
Yeah, I don't know. But, no, seriously, we did the Saturday college football show on Saturday, and him and Jeff were telling me, oh, he's going to be a Heisman guy. He's going to be one of the best players in the draft.
Yeah,
and
we
went at it. And when I say we went at it, go back and watch that show.
Pause.
Jeff
Booner.
Brewster, bro.
Sirens. Jeff Brewster with another one.
Damn, Jeff.
my God.
Right with the big stacks.
Dude, what? Jeff Brewster in the chat, two $50 donations. We're
And
at
he's not even
$100
saying
right
anything.
now.
He's just giving us money.
Thank you so much, Jeff. Honestly,
shout out Jeff
we could
Brewster.
be thanking you for the next 36 minutes. We're going to get back into this, but man, Jeff, we really appreciate you.
Yeah,
Thank you.
100%.
Yeah.
But no, with that, and Lucas is in the chair now. I don't know, but
we gotta power through this.
We went at it. We were screaming at each other because him and Jeff were trying to tell me, "Oh no, Jalen Milroe's the guy. He's the guy. He's going to win the Heisman." No, listen, that man just got benched. It's not a bam. Like he got the backups taking all the first team reps almost this week. So there it is.
So is it that the Notre Dame transfer Tyler Buchner? Is he the backup that will likely be in if he's on the bench? I think it is. So they always have a quarterback in waiting. Remember when it was Tua who came in for Jalen Hurts in the national championship game a couple years ago? Wild.
Yes.
Other than that, it is a pretty weak college football slate.
It's terrible.
Maybe one of the worst weekends, but we haven't talked at all. So let's just get in real briefly. Michigan versus Michigan versus Bowling Green, and Michigan State versus Michael Penix. What team does Penix play on again? Washington. Oh my gosh, I had a little brain fart right there. Michigan versus Bowling Green. They're favored 40.5 points. Do you have any comments on them?
And Lucas said, shout out BG. We don't care about BG around here. But
Omar Jacobs.
It's going to be a 30 or 40 point win. I think it's going to be easy. I did want to look up here, Broder, when we get your kind of prediction on that game or thoughts on it. JJ's going to have a couple touchdowns again.
Oh, yeah.
I hope they keep him longer. Sharon Moore is going to be coaching the full game, which is that's kind of positive that he's back coaching. That's going to be awesome. I think this might be. It's not Harbaugh's last game out.
It is his last suspended game.
Okay, so I'm just interested to see what JJ, Roman Wilson again. Just want to kind of see them. I want to see this run game a little bit more.
Yeah.
A little bit more. I understand that they're going to be able to get that. I was telling Lucas this last week was they've been focused on getting this pass game going to where they didn't kind of get in their run game rhythm. I think if they just flipped the switch and got in that rhythm of running the game or the run game, Blake Corum and Donovan Edwards are going to look that much better.
I think you're 100% right.
I just don't think they're focused on it right now.
I think so too. They've been trying to find their rhythm in these first couple of games, and it's tough. And we haven't talked about this yet, but a lot of people, picking Blake Corum or Donovan Edwards to make it to New York at the end of the season for the Heisman ceremony. I don't think that's going to happen. Not because they aren't talented enough, but I think the schedule that Michigan has.
Jeff Brewster right now just donated $100.
Dude,
are we being pranked?
Is Jeff real? If so, please call in the show. Shout out Jeff. Thank you so much. This is awesome.
Wow. And also IT Hips.
Jeff, I love you. I don't know if we're being pranked or not, but this is unbelievable.
I don't think you can prank a donation.
I don't know.
I think it's irreversible.
This is unbelievable.
Is Jeff like wicked smart with IT
he gave
or
us
what?
$200.
We gotta put Booner right there.
Friday.
This is unbelievable.
Wow. I'm speechless.
Number one chat. Give a round of applause. MVP.
Shout out Jeff.
As Neil would say, MVP.
Man, Jeff.
I'm literally speechless. Also, IT Hips, thanks so much for gifting 5 memberships to Woodward Sports. All of this that you guys are doing helps the channel, helps the network, helps the algorithm push this specific show. And we just hit 100 likes, too. We're at 101. All 140 people in your 101 likes. That is amazing. Dude, Jeff, I don't even know what to say. Did he do it again?
Oh, I thought he did.
No, I'm just saying. I'm blown.
Let's go, Jeff.
I'm blown away.
Can we talk about this Michigan State-Washington game, though? I'm sorry, the Jeff thing really threw it. Jeff, you are awesome, dude.
It's amazing.
Man, that is unbelievable.
Michigan State real quick.
I owe you a ski mask now. But, Michigan State-Washington, this game, I think, actually, to me, is going to be the most exciting game, I think, I'm going to watch. I know Tennessee, Florida a little bit, but there's really no big games this weekend at all. I'm excited to see Washington and Michigan State play. I want to see Michael Penix. After this whole Mel Tucker situation, D'Antonio's back. I'm excited. I don't want to say excited because the situation's bad. I'm just excited to see what kind of these coaches are going to do. I do think, and I didn't have it as my best bet. I put it in there just as a backup, but I do think that Michigan State covers.
Broder, what is going on, bro?
Did he do another one? I don't know. I think we're being pranked right now. Who is Jeff Brewster, man?
He's my favorite human being. He's
about to throw the Zell out there real quick.
I don't know what's happening.
We want the network to be supported.
I'm kidding, bro.
Thank you, Jeff Brewster. Thank you so much. From the bottom of Booner's heart, of my heart, we appreciate you. Woodward Sports.
Booner love.
Thank you.
Boys, on this MSU game, the goal is going to be to keep Penix off of the field. So can Carter in that run game get going early, maybe get an early lead? That's going to be the biggest key for State in this one. So Penix in that high-powered offense isn't as potent.
Am I crazy to think that Michigan State covers plus 16.5?
I love that bet.
I know I took Central Michigan to cover with Michigan State a couple weeks ago. I just think the defense, this Michigan State defense, they haven't been terrible. I think there's a chance that they actually cover and stay within 2 touchdowns all night.
And the last time that Michigan State beat Michael Penix, Mark D'Antonio was the coach and Penix was at IU. So, hey, maybe Mark D'Antonio being on the sideline. Parker, do you have anything to say about either of these 2 games? I'll let you take it, Michigan or Michigan State.
So, I'm going to start with Michigan State. I don't know. I think they're going to get blown out. Washington is one of the best teams. They are one of my predictions to make the playoffs this year, and I believe that Penix is going to be in New York by the end of the year. Those are my 2 predictions. I think Penix and that team is just a little too good for Michigan State right now to handle, and especially with all the Mel Tucker stuff and them changing the coaches right now, I think it might be a rough game. And then Michigan, I think it's going to be just another cupcake game for them.
Yeah, I don't get why it's at 7:30 at night. Why is the Bowling Green game there?
I don't,
but
dude, it makes no
hopefully
sense.
they take care of business. Sharon Moore coaching. I need to tell the people about Dispo, one of our amazing sponsors, because if you want to experience the true meaning of exceptional cannabis products with the Dispo dispensary, they have over 12 locations, including their brand new location that the Ermanni and Edwards and Maz show, the heavyweights, and Big D Energy, hosted by Neil and D-Mac. I think Lindsey Hunter was there today. They were at Dispo in Whitmore Lake today. They're broadcasting live. That location's 50 North Territorial Road, Whitmore Lake, Michigan. But whether it's there or any of the 12 locations, Dispo is very local to wherever you are. So Dispo Dispensary, DispoShops.com. They are your local cannabis plug.
Come to any Lady Jane's Haircuts for Men for an award-winning haircut experience from one of our talented stylists and register for a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity to win an all-expenses-paid suite for the 2024 NCAA tournament for you and 5 of your best buds. That's right, college basketball's most elite event. You and your 5 best friends just get to any Lady Jane's today for an award-winning haircut experience and automatically register to win the trip of your dreams. Lady Jane's Haircuts for Men, open 7 days a week. Walk in anytime. Lady Jane's, it's wicked awesome.
Join Woodward Sports' own Jeff Iafrate along with special WSN guests for the most anticipated Lions season in decades. Filled with different surprises and expert analysis. You're not going to want to miss out. Go to our Woodward Sports YouTube channel on Sundays and tune in live from 9:30 to 11:30 a.m.
Hey, this is Mr. Kearney, Chief Academic Officer at Academy of Warren. I want to welcome you to the brand new field house. The state-of-the-art facility has a regulation basketball court, volleyball court, soccer field. It can be used for 7-on-7 football. Our K-8 academic features AM, PM, latchkey, small classroom sizes, Learning Street, futuristic media center, free breakfast and lunch, Houghton Mifflin curriculum, academic games, K-8 athletics, and more. Enroll today at academywarren.net.
$100,000 Vegas getaway. Take your closest friends and live it up in the city that never sleeps. It's the Cintron Energy. Drink it and live it. Purchase a 24-pack today and enter to win that $100,000 Vegas getaway at drinkcintron.com/Vegas. And buy your Cintron at your local Meijer. Cintron, the healthier energy drink with great taste and for the choice of people who desire to look good, feel great, and be the best version of themselves. Drinkcintron.com/Vegas is where you can register for that giveaway today.
Welcome back to Woodward Nights with Booner and Broder. My name is Booner. We got Broder over there, co-host. We've got Parker. Lucas is in the Mavs chair right now. We've got Nick in the sound booth. And real quick, we're about to go over our game predictions, Detroit Lions game predictions. This next segment sponsored by Jeff Brewster. $250
Sponsored
donation.
by Jeff.
Jeff,
thank you, man.
Sponsors this segment.
Shout out, Jeff.
That is unbelievable that you did that. We appreciate you a ton for donating $250. I see Venmo or Spencer in the chat saying
don't
Venmo.
don't advertise for Spenmo right now.
That is
you clown.
One more nights, baby.
He's
Let's
donating
go.
to our show. We just started you.
Oh,
you know,
Broder versus Spenmo.
I love Spenmo. That's my guy.
Oh, is that the next one?
Rough and rowdy.
Oh man,
Spenmo's my guy.
That would be a good one. I would enjoy that a lot. But
although you should check his Twitter DMs because I sent him something a couple years ago and he never got back.
Oh, he stood you
up.
I'm not going to say
now we learned
today,
the truth.
No, never.
You can't talk.
Yeah,
but we're going to get into our score predictions here. Kind of this Detroit Lions game, one of the most anticipated games at Ford Field in a long time. The Detroit Lions right now are, and actually I think it moved to 4.5-point favorites. It was at 5.5, and it's moved to 4.5. I think that's just because of all the guys and the injuries that Seattle announced today. But we're going to go around the room here, kind of go over some predictions, whether that's, we're going to do our final score predictions. We have about 5 minutes here before our next break. And just kind of your thoughts on this game. If you have any like outlandish takes that we can really kind of cook you about, throw them at me. Broder, we'll start with you.
For this Sunday, I think the Detroit Lions will win the game by a score of 31-14. I think they beat them pretty handily. I know Jeff picked, I think, 31-17 or 31-21. I think that offense starts to get in a much better rhythm, and I think the defense really shows up. Maybe it's 5 sacks, like you said. Maybe it's 4. Maybe it's 6. I think they're going to do some damage against that Seattle offense. So I'm going 31-14 Detroit Lions over the Seattle Seahawks. Booner, how about you, Bo?
I love that. I'm going to go. Let me pull it up here. I want to make sure I get my exact score. I'm not messing up. I just typed it up just now. The Detroit Lions beat the Seattle Seahawks 34-27. And they cover the 4.5 right now. They cover. I already put my bet in for it. You're going to see a Jahmyr Gibbs touchdown. You're going to see a Sam Laporta touchdown. Amon-Ra St. Brown touchdown. David Montgomery touchdown. Am I at 4 already? And you're going to see a couple field goals.
Riley Patterson,
baby. That's my prediction. I think they win by about 7 points, maybe by a touchdown. I do think it comes towards the end, but I do think they end up covering, and I'm excited for it.
This guy, dude.
Did we get another donation?
$50 again.
Jeez. Jeff Brewster, the legend.
I don't know what we're supposed to do. I'm not going to lie.
Shout out,
boys. I'm not taking my shirt off. I just got my Planet Fitness membership
200 likes for Booner to take his shirt off.
How about that?
I'll mask up for the last segment for mailbag. We've got Booner Bets next.
We do.
Here.
Jeff, thank you so much. Jeff, your donations are incredible. IT Hips, thank you for the memberships. That also is super helpful. We appreciate you guys.
This is unbelievable.
We appreciate you guys.
Jeff!
Nick, give me your score prediction. Give me your game prediction for the Lions Seahawks. I can't hear you. I think
my score is going to be 38 Lions, 24 Seahawks. I think the Lions pull away by a couple touchdowns late, and a big reason for that, James Houston gets a couple sacks. I think one of them's a strip sack. In this loud environment at Ford Field, we're going to be ripping for that ball. We're going to get some turnovers in this game, and that's why I think we pull away for 2 scores. On a couple fumbles or interceptions, we're going to be going for that the ball.
Love it, Nick. The Honolulu Blue Kool-Aid is flowing once again in Studio
I don't know what Nick
here
said,
in the Planet
Fitness
Fitness
funny,
studio.
Man.
Nick's the man. Detroit Mario. He's just growing that stash.
Detroit Mario.
Thanks, brother.
Parker, what's your prediction?
This is your chance.
I think you guys are making this a little too close. I'm gonna be honest with you. I think it's going to be about 36-21 at the end of the game. I think the noise inside of Ford Field is going to play such a factor. let's do 38-21. I'll make that.
Yeah, I like the point
prediction.
differential. I'm just trying to add up. Is 36 a possible? How do you get to that score?
30. We'll do 38.
No. Keep 36. We're going for a scoregami, baby.
Oh,
Got one
okay.
last
I'll
week.
keep it. But yeah, I think the noise in that stadium is going to have such a big factor to where a lot of the plays that the Seahawks do is going to not. The communication's going to be off.
Yes.
Like, it's not going to work. And I think that's what's going to bring the point differential.
You're so right. Dan Campbell talked about that in the press conference. Actually, I'm sorry. It was Frank Ragnow talking about let's have it be loud as hell when the Seattle Seahawks offense is out there. And then it'll be a little quieted down when the Detroit defense.
Spencer said in here 37-12. Out of the 12 as well. It must be like.
It would be a touchdown, a field goal, and a safety.
Yeah.
Wow, that's unbelievable.
I won a middle school football game once 2-0.
And Broder.
True story. What? Did something happen?
No, I thought we got another one.
He
but
got
we
pranked.
didn't.
Oh, no. Shout out to everybody in the chat. Jeff, you're the man. But I see Anthony Patterson, Tom Izzo, Jay Cruzan, you're always here. Logan Stutzman, Eric Burrow. Go. Jay Cruzman, Francis J. Fox, Coach Walk. That's awesome. Anything else you want to comment on this game, or should we get to Booner's bets?
It's up to you. I mean, I think
we should get to Booner's bets. This is an amazing segment sponsored by Jeff from the chat.
Shout out, Jeff.
But Booner,
I'm so shocked right now.
It's amazing. Tell the people about one of our incredible sponsors, Big Boy.
Yes, Big Boy, one of my favorite places to go. Burgers and chicken sandwiches are taken over at Big Boy. It is burger time. Try the best cheeseburger or our new pretzel bacon cheeseburger. Craven chicken, try the Dolly chicken sandwich, or turn up the heat with the Bob's hot chicken sandwich. Upgrade your fries to the chili cheese fries, loaded baked potato fries, anything you want, and save some room for dessert with the Reese's chocolate peanut butter thunder cake, and satisfy your sweet tooth with the funnel cake fries. That is at Big Boy.
Woodward Sports' own Tom Mazaway and Sam Stick Day will be hosting our Lions postgame show after every Lions game all season long. Tune into the Woodward Sports YouTube channel for his hot-off-the-press takes, game analysis, and Kool-Aid sipping celebrations. You won't want to miss it. Join Maz, Stick, and special guests each week immediately following every Lions game, exclusively on the WSN YouTube channel. Brace yourselves, Detroit. As the sun begins to set, two of Woodward Sports' brightest young stars will be taking the mic for a brand new show. Woodward Nights with Booner and Broder. The dog days in Detroit are over, and the boys are unleashed. Join in on the banter and hop on the bandwagon of the #1 night show on the internet. Tune into the Woodward Sports YouTube channel every weeknight from 8 to 10 p.m. Woodward Nights with Booner and Broder.
5 Iron Golf, it's downtown's newest sports bar that has 13 TrackMan simulators, certified instructors, and most importantly, especially on a Friday night like tonight, a full bar and restaurant. 5 Iron Leagues are back. They debuted earlier this week, and you have a chance to compete nationwide for a chance to win a trip to the Dominican Republic. You can bring a foursome or sign up as an individual to be placed on a team. Sign up at 5irongolf.com. Use code Woodward10 for 30% off the league. That is 5irongolf.com to sign up.
Hey, 350.
Dude, Jeff.
350.
We're freaking out here,
Let's go,
Jeff. Thank
we
you so
appreciate you.
much. And also a quick shout out. My boy Chad Jasmine, former teammate of mine, he has an island lockdown corner of the game. I'll just give mine real quick because we're getting into Booner's bets. I think Cam Sutton's going to have his loudest game. I think he's going to lock down whether he's on DK Metcalf, Tyler Lockett, or Jackson Smith and Jigba. I think we're going to see very few completions to Cam Sutton. But everybody, thank you so much for being here. Hit those likes one more time. Let's try to get it to maybe 150. Let's
get 150, please.
By 10 p.m. We got 17 minutes left. We're coming down the final stretch. This is a segment we've been waiting for. Booner.
Yes.
Booner, just get into it.
All right, boys. We've had Booner bets. Woodward bets. No, we're doing it here now. We're doing it on the night show. In the nighttime. We're doing it. Booner bets. Start with college football here, boys. Let's start Colorado. We didn't talk about this Colorado game in college football. But Colorado versus Colorado State. We all know what the disrespect with the Deion Sanders, all of that. Deion Sanders' son, Shedeur Sanders, has hit this prop every single game. Shedeur Sanders over 363.5 passing yards. That is a lock in college football this weekend. That is my first play. I have about 5 plays here, so stick with me a little bit. Tennessee at Florida. I'm going to go Tennessee minus 5.5 versus Florida. Florida is trash. Wow. Terrible. Joe Milton, he might be that guy. We don't know, but he's going to beat Florida by at least a touchdown on Saturday.
Do you think Joe Milton can be the next Hendon Hooker at Tennessee?
No.
But
he's good.
He's good.
He's going to be good. Hendon Hooker was a dog, though. He was a Heisman candidate. Would have won the Heisman.
Jeff, thank you so much. We're going to power through Booner's bets, but man, this means so much.
He did another one! Booner bets, baby! That's 400! That's what to do.
Sirens. He must love your bets, dude.
This is unbelievable. I hope he puts some money on my bets. Let's go to the NFL, though, real quick. And I'm little teaser here. I will be on the pregame show for about 90 minutes on Sunday. We will have a bet segment, so some of these might be in there. I'm going to save some, though, for that. But my favorite bet in NFL this week, my favorite bet on the stream, we're all going to lock it in. I'm going to make sure everyone puts the bet on. Jahmyr Gibbs to score a touchdown. He will get his first NFL touchdown on Sunday versus the Seattle Seahawks. That is a Booner guarantee, a lock. Jahmyr Gibbs is that guy. They took him at 12 for a reason. He will score a touchdown on Sunday versus Seattle Seahawks. First NFL touchdown, plus 150. Lock it in.
I like that one.
That's my biggest bet of the weekend.
Straight cash, homie.
No, I should have saved that for the end because that was a great. That was a
awesome.
Great one. But I also do like his rushing yards. It's at 38.5. I think he had 7 carries last week. I think for 40 something. He's going to get more carries. They've already said it. He's going to get 10 carries at least, in my opinion. So 38.5 yards is a lock. This is one that we talked about in the NFL earlier. The Colts-Texans.
Okay.
One of my best bets.
Okay.
Is the Texans to beat the Colts money line.
Shut up and take my money.
They will win that game. Ooh. They will win that game. They're at home. They win that game.
Texans money line over the Colts.
Yes.
All right.
At home. And then my last one here for the NFL. Again, I'm going to have some more on Sunday. Detroit Lions ones. I'm going to save my Lions ones outside the Jahmyr Gibbs. But the last one I have here is the New England Patriots plus 3 at home versus the Miami Dolphins. I don't know. I said I picked them to win outright. You're giving Bill Belichick 3 points at home versus the Dolphins after he's coming off a loss that he should have won. That's a lock. Guaranteed lock. So my bets here, Shedeur Sanders over 363.5 yards passing. Tennessee minus 5.5 versus Florida. Jahmyr Gibbs touchdown and over 38.5 rushing yards. Texans money line and the Patriots plus 3. You're welcome. You're welcome. Come back next Friday for some more free bets. You're welcome.
Let him cook.
Booner, thanks for sharing.
I don't lose. You're welcome.
Thanks for sharing all those.
Shout out Booner. Let's make some cash this weekend, bro.
Yes, sir.
Booner. Disclaimer, I will not be betting. I'm not allowed to do that. But Booner, man, those are some good sounding bets. Those are some good sounding bets, yes.
Was there any that you guys are like, no, Booner, that's a loser?
I think the Texans are going to call. Like, I think that's a game. You said money line, right? So, yeah, I think they win that game, I should say.
In the chat, is there any that you guys are like, Booner, you're an idiot? Don't take that bet?
I'm a little on the fence about that Texans one.
I think they win. Anthony Richardson's banged up.
Every quarterback's banged up.
Exactly. Not C.J. Stroud.
Before we finish this conversation, will you tell people, before you share some of these bets on Sunday, your final ones, is there a Woodward and Maine show that goes from 8 to 9 on Sunday?
Yes.
Awesome.
Woodward and Maine Lions Insider here for all the inside scoop on your Detroit Lions.
Hey, that's me.
Look at those people. Great group of people there. It was the Woodward and Maine show featuring Gabrielle D. Phillips, Matt Broder, and the legend Terry Foster. Make sure you tune in Sundays from 8 to 9 a.m. They will be live this week, and Tuesdays 7 to 8 a.m. for all the in-depth Detroit Lions news that you need, players, what's going on in the game on Sunday. They're going to be live Sunday from 8 to 9, so you're going to be able to tune in and know everything. These are our beat reporters here. So
Right.
Woodward Sports YouTube page.
We got that inside scoop, an hour full of Lions. Booner, for the casual bettor out there, are there any just like basic tips? I know I'm putting you on the spot here of what not to do or what to look out for. You're going into a weekend full of college football and NFL games. Any just a little bit of advice? Or maybe you just let it fly?
Yeah, I don't know. Any advice? If I could give you one piece of advice, and I'm not an expert, you don't have to take my advice. If I would give you one piece of advice, listen to me. Booner, take my bets. You will win. You will come out a winner. I promise.
This is not financial
But this is
advice.
not financial advice. I'm not a professional, but I am. But I'm not. But I am.
You just don't lose.
I don't.
Yeah.
Booner, question for
Whoa,
you.
Another 50!
Shout out, Jeff. Booner, I had a quick question for you. Shout out, Jeff. Damn, bro. Killing it.
Well, I don't even know what that is now.
That's a lot of money. I got a quick question for you, Booner. So this is Gibbs' anytime touchdown. It doesn't have to be rushing,
Anytime
correct?
touchdown.
All right.
Anytime touchdown.
I like that one because I could see him catching one.
Plus 170 or plus 150 here. I locked it in. Before we go to break, let me pull it up here because I already locked that in, and I might have locked the Lions at 4.5 in. Yep, I locked it in. Plus 130 actually, and that will move. I promise you that'll move. People will get the word that Booner took it, and that will move.
I like it.
And if you're betting too much, sometimes you need to cut it off like what you would do at Lady Jane's Haircuts for Men.
Yes, because this beautiful haircut that I have, I know I have a little bit of hat head or hat hair, but you can come to Lady Jane's Haircuts for Men for an award-winning haircut experience. Register to win a trip of your dreams and all expenses paid suite for the 2024 NCAA tournament. That is right. No expenses spared for you and 5 of your best buds. Lady Jane's Haircut for Men open 7 days a week. Walk in anytime. It is wicked awesome.
Calling all landscapers. This is Darren McCarty. I'm at Outdoor Equipment Co. How would you like to landscape like a legend? How about a bad boy zero turn? And even a chainsaw. And even a weed whipper. So register today at OutdoorEquipCo.com, and even you could have DMAC on your landscaping crew.
Brace yourselves, Detroit. As the sun begins to set, 2 of Woodward Sports' brightest young stars will be taking the mic for a brand new show. Woodward Nights with Booner and Broder. The dog days in Detroit are over, and the boys are unleashed. Join in on the banter and hop on the bandwagon of the #1 night show on the internet. Tune into the Woodward Sports YouTube channel every weeknight from 8 to 10 p.m. Woodward Nights with Booner and Broder.
Wondering where the best Lions tailgate is this weekend? That's easy. It's Eastern Market, the official Detroit Lions tailgate party at Shed Number 5 in Eastern Market. Woodward Sports will be broadcasting live for every home game right there. There'll be a 3-star Michelin chef, a 3-star Michelin buffet featuring Chef Ermanni, VIP parking, and even tickets if you need them. How do you sign up? You go to bullseyeeventgroup.com and you tailgate like a VIP. Again, that's bullseyeeventgroup.com. We'll see you Sunday.
Welcome
Let's
back
go.
to Woodward Nights. My name is Booner.
My
We got
name's Broder.
Broder next to me, co-host. We've got Parker. We got Lucas on the couch over here. Nick in the sound booth. And we're just going to get into mailbag. Make sure you guys
Send it.
drop all of your questions. Before you do that, though, hit the like button. If we can get to 150, just if you haven't hit it yet, just hit it. Spencer, I saw you at the bar. Hit the like button for me, please.
Whether it's about bets, Booner can answer betting questions. If you got Lions questions, baseball questions, I'll answer anything you want to ask. Hit us up in that chat.
Coach Walk did say, Booner, ESPN said that C.J. Stroud may be out for the game Sunday. We're still taking the Texans. Davis Mills season, baby, if that's the case. I still love the Texans.
Who else we got? What do you guys think, Jeff? Don't answer that. Ask Helen Keller about the travels. Oh, here we go. Our tour. Goff have any chance of breaking the record? 43 attempts. Career high is 70. But Lions has been low 40s. What do you think?
I don't think he'll do it this game. I think it'll have to be next week. I wouldn't be surprised if I'm not going to.
Do you think he's going to keep it going though, or you don't want to jinx that?
I don't want to jinx it.
It's like a perfect game.
I don't think it will happen this game. It would have to be next week.
Gotcha. I do think the streak continues into next week. He's not. We'll see. I think he's definitely breaking over that Aaron Rodgers record.
I agree, Broder.
You got it, Parker. Do you have a comment on that?
What was the question? Sorry.
It was. Will Jared Goff break the streak this weekend?
Like the interception streak this weekend?
Yeah. He needs 43 completion. Actually, 43 attempts.
You sounded surprised, like you just didn't know anything about that record.
Well, no, I knew, but I didn't know. I didn't realize how
spot.
close he was. I think he might pass Tom Brady. I think that'll be what happens if anything.
Okay.
But I don't think he passes Aaron Rodgers. I think that. No, I could see it. I could honestly see it.
Yeah, they're pretty close. IT Hips in the chat says, do you think Matt Nelson starts at left tackle, or do they shift Penei Sewell? You want to take a stab at this?
I think they would shift Penei Sewell and then put Matt Nelson in. I would think you're trying to
Nelson
protect
at
that
right
left
tackle?
side. You would trust Penei 100 times more than Matt Nelson.
I do believe that. I think Penei Sewell is going to get moved to left tackle, Matt Nelson at right tackle. The other options they're considering putting Vaitai, your starting right guard, moving him to right tackle, moving Penei Sewell to left tackle, and then bringing in Graham Glasgow to play right guard. We got options, and that's what Dan Campbell talked about in his press conference today. He got depth, and they got options.
He said that they tried 4 different rotations.
Yeah,
and he named a couple of them, but
I always wonder how much gamesmanship, coach talk. Is he just toying with Pete Carroll? Is this part of the game? Are they going to just roll out Matt Nelson at right tackle? I do think Penei moves. They want your best, your best offensive lineman.
Great question.
Sorry, what?
Spenny, how long have you been growing that stash, Broder?
Wow. It's been a couple weeks. I mean, I do trim it up a little bit. I got to be somewhat clean shaven down in Allen Park, but yeah, it's been a minute. It'll take me a week to get a little depth.
I've been growing mine about 2 months now.
Can we get the screen on you said 2 months?
Yeah.
Can we get on Detroit Mario in there? Mario and Luigi?
He's been growing out for like 2 days. Hey, Nick he just shaved 2 days ago. He's got that thing on.
Yeah. This facial hair, it is a process. You got to shave a lot, no doubt.
Oh,
hairy as hell.
Booner, does MSU cover? I think they cover this week. 16. I think they keep the defense.
You did say that.
I do, yeah. I think they cover.
I love that. The away fan says, you're quite excited for the turn of the Red Wings and Pistons. It does for a non-football fan this time. Gets a little stale because the media, we have to support football. That is what the people ask for. But the away fan, please stay with us. Come back. We are going to get into Pistons very soon here in December and start to roll out more broad Detroit sports talk.
Yeah, once those start to heat up, and if
the combination of our show just starting 2 days before the season kickoff for the Lions, and just all the hype and all the excitement and the Lions being for real, it would be a bad business decision to not talk about Lions so much. Yeah. But I promise you, I love the Pistons. I grew up on the Red Wings, even though the hockey's probably my 4th most knowledgeable sport. But we are going to get into it, and definitely Tigers a lot more
Jeff
next
Brewster,
year.
Booner bets raked up $5K last week for him.
Damn!
That's why you donated. That's why you take the bets.
Put it on, Booner.
Vanilla Ice. Oh, he donated!
And he did another 50! Let's go!
Oh, did he really?
He did.
I was wondering why he was loving the show so much. I know
you.
Damn, Booner. Oh, love it. Shout out, Jeff. You're the best, man.
Jeff Brewster.
Wow. Who makes the first? This is from Eric Burrow, mailbag. Who makes it first Lions Super Bowl or Wolverines Natty? Woo-hoo.
That's a good question.
That is a great question. I'll take that first.
Ask that again, please.
Okay, Booner will take that first. He's
no,
masked up.
I'm saying, can you ask that? I didn't hear it.
Okay, absolutely. From Eric Burrow, he says, mailbag, who makes it first? Lions Super Bowl or University of Michigan football Natty Championship?
Oh my gosh. Michigan National Championship. That could happen this year.
They're getting it this year. Let's go.
Yeah, the Michigan Wolverines are winning the national championship this year.
This year?
Yes. Okay. You sounded surprised. LSU definitely isn't.
I'm not bought in. I need to see them play actual competition
you're bought into
before.
LSU.
Shut up.
I had a good one from Michael T here. How many false start or illegal formation calls do you guys think the refs are going to call in the NFL this week for the Lions?
Fantastic question from Michael T. I love that. I think we're going to get at least 3 false starts. I think it's going to be so loud in Ford Field. Also, I'm picking Michigan to win the Natty Championship before the Lions Super Bowl, but that's just because I believe it's Natty Championship or bust this season. But man, it's going to be loud in Ford Field on Sunday, and I think it will become a home field advantage immediately. I think we're going to see it. How about this? We're going to see a false start in the first quarter.
I bet we get 5.
Yes.
I'm going with 5 at least on the game.
Was the question for the whole NFL, or was it just Lions game?
I think it's just the Lions game.
Yeah, just the Lions game, bro.
I think he meant the Lions game, but if it's I don't know how to calculate that for the whole NFL.
It happens like 3 times.
Yeah.
I don't think it's going to happen a lot.
The Wolverines are the Cowboys of the NCAA.
Yes, I agree with that.
When's the last time the Cowboys were in the
I have no
NFC
comment.
Championship game?
Yeah, did the Cowboys go to the Super Bowl ever? Or the NFC Championship game? Did they? Yeah. Like, what are we doing here? Great point, Nick. What are we doing here? Case closed.
I mean, we're also first round exits just like the Cowboys, but that's just.
Oh, Spenny said 50 more, and I'm stash only, Jeff.
There was one I can't find it. There was a question I got it lost in the chat. We got 1 minute left. Get your final questions in.
Yeah, we'll do 2 more questions, and then we'll end the stream. We need 2 more questions.
What a show this has been.
I thought Tom Izzo asked. Oh, Tom Izzo.
See, chickens have backup O linemen 5+. 3 Dr. I do love you. I don't fully understand this.
Sea chickens are the Seahawks.
But yeah, they do. Jason Peters is 41 years old. He's not going to be playing this weekend.
Oh, Sea Chickens, the Seahawks.
Last one. We got to find one more.
Did you
Eric
not
Burrow,
get that?
great to see you, man. Have a great, safe weekend. We got one more before we take.
Broder,
we got to go.
up.
It's 10 o'clock.
Broder,
Wolverines of the Cowboys. You got that.
Hit that like button, too.
I'll ask it. Who gets the first interception this weekend? Kirby Joseph, C.J. Gardner-Johnson, or anyone on the linebacker crew?
You see what I'm wearing right now?
What?
C.J. Gardner-Johnson, baby!
C.J. Gardner-Johnson, that's it.
I like Branch to get another one. Let's go.
Hey.
2 and 2 games. Watch out, Brian Branch, baby.
I do want to thank Jeff for all those donations. We really appreciate you. Make sure you guys tune in on Sunday, the Lions pregame show at 9:30. Make sure you guys tune in 9:30 to 11:30 live at where's it at again, boys?
Eastern Market Shed 5.
Market Shed number 5.
BullseyeEventGroup.com.
Make sure you guys tune into that. Appreciate you so much, Jeff. You are the best. We appreciate everyone for watching. Make sure you hit that like button, share with a friend, and we will be back Monday, 8 to 10 p.m. Make sure you guys tune back in.
Have a wonderful weekend. Thank you.
We love you
Shout
guys.
out, Jeff.
Brace yourselves, Detroit. As the sun begins to set, 2 of Woodward Sports' brightest young stars will be taking the mic for a brand new show. Woodward Nights with Booner and Broder. The dog days in Detroit are over, and the boys are unleashed. Join in on the banter and hop on the bandwagon of the #1 night show on the internet. Tune in to the Woodward Sports YouTube